We live?
Is it working? Oh.
Yep. And now I'm going to just re-pull it back up.
Yay!
Inbox. Notifications. Going live. Live chat. 3, 2, 1. Skip ad. Yay! Whoa. No.
Okay.
I don't want down.
This is weird. So I had to mute the video.
Okay, we're a little bit off of the video that I have on my thing because now looking at it, I'm now seeing you saying that you were muting it.
Yeah.
I wonder, can I put my phone up like that?
Hey guys!
Hi!
Hello.
I think we could take like a few minutes and get everyone to like join us. Hi, Tabby. Hi. Whoa. Hey, girl, how do you say your name? Zach loves books. How do you say your name?
Zach loves books.
Yeah. I want to know if I'm like mispronouncing it, and if I mispronounce it, I'm sorry. Just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right, girl. Is it Zach or is it Zoc? They kind of French. But hi, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like we have 8 people with us now. Granted, 3 of them are you, me, and Xander, but still.
I'm trying to figure out how to. Guys, I just wanted to say be patient with us because this is my first like group live video, so we're trying to figure it out.
And this is the first time I've gone live on like anything. I mean, I've gone live on Instagram once to talk with someone, but that's about it. Oh, yay, good. I'm happy.
I was muted.
Okay, maybe I should turn on the sound on mine to see how we sound.
I was muted.
Okay, you're not muted anymore.
Oh,
I hear you
okay.
on the podcast. That's all that matters. Now I'm going to mute the volume.
It's not live. It's live, but it's not like real time. It's like delayed.
I'm going to see if I can fix the
Cool.
delayed thing.
I did do it right.
Well, we have it. I don't know. Hold on. Let's go. Okay. Looks like I can't change this. I don't know. Somehow I messed something up. I don't know.
I know. Well, yeah, we are a little lagging, but hey. For our first time, we're doing a good job. So how's everybody doing today? Everybody in the fall spirit?
Can you let's see. Okay, Xander says we're getting really bad like video quality and stuff. So can y'all see everything okay? Like put it in the comments because we're trying to figure this out.
Yes, do y'all like, is our quality good? Y'all hearing us good? Because Xander might just be seeing a lag because he's on with us, and then I could be seeing a lag because I'm on with us. Okay, cool. Tabby says we're fine on her end.
Yay!
Well, at least that's a good thing.
Okay.
So, we were right about the chat earlier. That chat's not the chat we look at.
This is definitely going to take a little getting used to.
It really is. Can hear and see you both. Yes, I see things fine. Cool. We are doing good. Well, welcome, guys.
My phone just made noise. It made my screen come up. So, who read the group read? Any of you?
Oh, well, there goes my phone. Yes, let's see who all read the group read and stuff, which I've got the book right here. Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard Book.
I have mine right here.
Ooh, Tabby read it with us. Well, obviously, Xander. Obviously.
I read it with Xander. Hey, come here. You want to say hi to everybody? Come say hi.
Jack says your hair looks gorgeous, darling.
Thank you. Hey, oh, here's Xander, man.
I completely agree, Tabby. It was really cute.
I don't know. I was actually kind of not super impressed with it. Like, I mean, to me, it seemed like a lot of filler. Like it seemed like it was a really short story for a lot of pages.
I can definitely see where you're coming from, but I also could see every last Jungle Book character in it, and I could pinpoint who was who.
Okay, you'll have to actually tell me about, like, other than, Bod and Mowgli. I don't really know who else I could really put with Jungle Book characters.
All the ghosts to me were the wolves that helped raise Mowgli. So to me, like every ghost in the graveyard was one of the wolves, and like because she had like all those little bitty puppies that helped raise him too. And then you had, to me, Scarlet was the girl from the village.
And who is Jack?
Jack was the tiger.
The tiger. Okay.
And then the ghouls were the monkeys.
Okay.
Because they have their own little world and within their own little spot, and they're all crazy.
Okay, but I want to know who thinks it's a good idea the kid has grown up in the graveyard, okay? And now that he's 15, it's time to shove him out the door and you're on your own now, kid. What?
I was thinking the same thing, right? Because I finished this right before we started all this. I was like, wait, you're going to like send a 15-year-old off into the world on his own? But at the same time, though, if you think about it, all the ghosts are from a different time period where 15 was a man.
What was that?
My cousin sent me a text.
Oh. But there's also like Silas, he was, sort of that time because, I mean, he was alive. He wasn't a ghost. And he's the one that actually pushed him out the door.
Also, question. Did you get vampire vibes from Silas?
Vampire vibes?
I couldn't tell if he was a vampire or an angel because they kept saying he was alive, but not.
Xander said he was getting vampire vibes off of Jack. And, I didn't get it until the very end that he's Jack Frost. Like, winter Jack Frost.
Yeah, because he only showed up in the winter. I didn't trust. Every time Jack appeared, it was winter time.
I didn't realize that. Tabby, you thought Silas was a vampire too?
The minute what was her name?
Scarlet?
Lupescu.
Oh, Miss Lupescu, yeah.
The minute she
The
alerted that
Hound
she was
of
a werewolf,
Heaven.
the minute she said she was a wolf and like the Hound of God, I was like, then Silas has to be a vampire. You got werewolves in this, you got to have some vampires.
Well, you know, I have this edition, but I have seen other covers, and it does kind of look like Silas is a vampire in the other covers. Because I'm pretty sure he's one of the people on the cover.
I have the same edition, so. But
Okay, the illustrations though in this book were like really cool.
I know, right? I found them really creepy and like perfect for the story. And I liked how he did the thing that he was going to hit. What's his name with?
The thing that he was going to hit. What's his name?
Fog or Al. Oh,
the little headstone thingy.
Yeah, the little headstone. Ebenezer Bog or whatever the heck that dude's name. He was going to hit him with the
words.
The paperweight. There we go. What was it called?
Words are hard sometimes.
Right here on the page next to it, it says paperweight on the page next to the picture. But I thought it was really cute that he gave what's her name a headstone, the witch.
Yeah.
I think she was my favorite character because she would randomly
the witch
and randomly disappear. But then I'm a little biased when it comes to witches.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, my entire like witch collection's like right here. And
the
going
witchy.
a little bit further that way.
He said my hair was looking witchy.
It really is. It also gives me Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas vibe.
Yes, I was actually thinking when after I got it done, I was like, oh, you know what? I could be like a pumpkin for Halloween, or I could be Hippie Longstocking with the braids, out like that. But then I started thinking about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would make a really good Sally with this. And so that's actually what I might do for Halloween is be Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Is anybody else getting all dressed up for Halloween?
I would, but I work. It falls on one of my days I work. Okay, I can see that too, Tabby. I get Clary vibes too.
I had somebody comment on my makeover video saying Clary Frey vibes, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, for reals.
I still need to catch up on that series. I've only ever read the first 3. And I started to reread them, but now that I have all the books, I think I'm gonna like continue on starting next year. Like catch them all up.
Thank you, Charlie. Oh dear.
Okay, besides the group book, did anyone read any books that they absolutely loved this week?
Did I absolutely love any of my books? Oh, yes, I did.
I was like,
I know. I was kind of on a lot of my books. Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda.
Where's my LGBT shelf?
I loved it.
Yay! Simon's one of my favorites.
I love the movie, and so I wanted to read the book because I know. I watched the movie first, but it made me want to read the book, and I wasn't really all that interested beforehand. And I loved the book too. So it didn't make me cry like the movie made me cry.
Oh, the book made me bawl my eyes out the first time I read it because growing up gay in Oklahoma, you don't get books like this. And when I first read it, I went, the new generation coming in is going to absolutely adore this. And that movie I saw in theaters 7 times, and I own it, and I have watched that movie like 40 times now.
I want to watch it again.
I watch it.
But I like I was more all mush while reading Simon because I was just like, I was literally reading it like with a big old grin on my face the whole time. And I was just like, oh, it's so cute.
But my favorite part of the movie, I think, are two scenes. The mom talking with Simon, and then freaking okay, I love Leah on the Offbeat. My only issue I had with that is I felt like the romance was forced.
I liked it. I went into reading Leah on the Offbeat expecting to not like it as much because the upside of Unrequited, I was kind of on. I mean, I liked it, but I was kind of expecting it to be more along those lines. And I heard a lot of negative things about Leah on the Offbeat. But when I read it, I actually enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 4 stars.
I mean, I've given all 3 of Becky's books 5 stars because I just absolutely love her writing. And just, in my opinion, girl can do no wrong. And
I gave Simon 5 stars.
Like, can phones stop going off? But out of her 3 books, my personal favorite is Upside of the Unrequited.
Really?
Only because I'm a huge Emma fan. I haven't quite read the book yet, but it's on my list to read. Emma by Jane Austen. And I had read in a chat that it was a retelling of it, like a reimagining. But in my personal opinion, it gave me Clueless vibes.
Clueless is a retelling of Emma.
But like I got more of the Clueless side of it. And I could tell who was who.
Hi, Uber Cereal.
Hey.
Ashley, no, I think you can read it without reading Simon, but in my opinion, Simon is better. But you can read it without reading Simon because it just there are lots of Simon references in it though.
I would read Simon first, or
I would read Simon first.
Spoiled on who Blue is because it spoils it in Leah.
Reading Love Simon or Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. If you had no interest in reading that, then you could just read Leah and be fine. Or if you watch the movie and you already know who Blue is and all of that, then you can read Leah without reading Simon.
Okay, I'm gonna have to turn off my volume altogether because these people know I'm supposed to be live right now and they're texting me. They're like, why aren't you at work? And I was like, I told you I was coming in at 8 tonight because I'm going live. People.
Well, yeah, if you are interested in reading Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, I highly recommend reading that one first because like Clint said, it will spoil things if you read Leah first. But I like both of them. I personally I had a problem with the Upside of Unrequited because it was just so much like cursing in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind cursing, but when it's just like every page, it got kind of old fast for me.
And her sister does cuss a lot in that. And even I was taken back going, I'm going to need you to lower that cussing just a little bit.
What spooky reads have you read, Ashley?
Oh, Ashley, you should check out Spellbound by Christopher Pike. I reread it for like the upteenth time this week for our readathon. It's so creepy. If you want something that'll scare the pants off you, perfect.
Wait, are you talking about a book that's actually scary?
Yeah. Wait, hold on, I lost my spot. I'm trying to read your comments too.
Or check out the Diviner series by Libba Bray. The second book made me where I couldn't sleep for a week. If you want really good spooky vibes.
I haven't read that one yet.
You would love it.
Okay.
1920s psychics help solve serial murder cases. That's all I'm saying. And there's ghosts involved.
Wow, Ashley, that does sound pretty creepy. Like, I mean, the whole haunted doll thing sounds really, really terrifying. It gives me Chucky versus like Chucky vibes, or
I can't do haunted dolls.
what is that other one where there's like the creepy little Annabelle?
No, I can't do dolls. My grandmother used to have a bedroom where it was floor to ceiling porcelain dolls.
I have porcelain dolls.
And that was the bedroom that I would sleep in. But every time I would go over to her house and sleep, I would turn every doll around before I went to bed because I don't like the eyes looking at me. Every morning I would wake up and all the dolls were turned right back around facing me. And nope, can't do the dolls.
Okay, that's pretty creepy. But no, I love scary. Like, I find it hard to like watch a movie that really frightens me, or I think books can frighten me a little bit more than movies do. But I find it hard to like find something that actually brings fear into me, just because I don't know. I was like, I don't know, 7 years old watching Tales from the Crypt and Nightmare on Elm Street and that kind of thing. And that's what I grew up watching. And I, absolutely love. My mom couldn't stand scary movies, but I love scary movies. And so I don't find any of them actually scary, I guess because of that.
Nerdy Cat, yes you can.
Nerdy Cat, what? I missed that. Oh, there it is.
Are we allowed to count the Graveyard Book as our spooky read? Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it works, because you can use it for, both challenges. I was saying anything that you can combine, feel free.
And the gold on it's like a yellow color too.
True, true.
Fall into reading too. Not fall into reading, the leaves are falling. My bad.
So what did y'all think of all of the challenges? Were there any challenges that you really, really liked, or any challenges that you really didn't care for? You're welcome, Nerdy Cat.
Yes, you're welcome. Where's my pen? That way I can make some notes.
I'm writing in all caps because it's rude.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of the fall movies. Only because, in my personal opinion, it got predictable. And you knew the crap that was about to happen.
I think I watched just the first one.
The third one was like where I stopped, but that's also because I have a thing about wrists. And seeing the guy hanging by his wrists and then ripping them off, just like, nope. I was like, stop, nope.
I don't find gore kind of movies like scary. They're just gory and
Yes. Kind of like the Wrong Turn movies to me were just a little too much gore.
Final Destination is terrible.
Xander says Final Destination is terrible.
It's more funny.
I love Final Destination. That crap is that's like my go-to movies.
That's what I like to watch whenever I'm like, oh, CGI.
I'm so glad that we got to be your first readathon, Tabby. Yay. Oh, and guys, we actually are planning, we've already been working on the challenges and everything. We are planning a spring into reading-a-thon as well. So hopefully y'all will join us for that. It's probably not going to be on the, well, I don't know.
Okay.
We haven't figured out the date yet.
Question. Did y'all like the fact that the Fall into Reading-a-thon started on the first day of fall? And if the first day of spring, say, lands on a Wednesday, would y'all want to start the readathon on a Wednesday and go to possibly the next Friday? That way y'all get like a total of 10 days basically to read for spring. Or would you want to go like from like Wednesday to Wednesday? We're just trying to get like ideas out to see what works best for you guys.
Or like start the Monday before. spring, and so that spring falls in the middle of the readathon. Falls into.
10 days would be great. It would be more time.
Water and beverage on. Oh, I'm glad you like that challenge, Ashley.
That was one of our favorites.
What s'mores? Ooey gooey romance was my favorite. Oh, I like doing the s'mores one too because I made s'mores. Oh, what was your custom idea for Halloween, Zach? Okay, so everybody's saying 10 days.
So we could start it on that Wednesday and then go towards that Friday. That way it starts on the spring and we can go live that Friday.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe we'll end on that Sunday instead of that Friday. And then we can go live on Friday or Saturday. That way everybody might not necessarily be complete with their challenges. So
I like that. That way it gives them 2 extra days.
Yeah.
I like that.
What you drinking?
Water. I wish it was something else. But I like my cup, my current mood.
That's my current hair.
My current candle. You had me at pumpkin spice.
Oh,
for the readathon.
Guys, my shirt. It says it's fall, y'all. I am in the season.
Also, I also want to poll the people that are with us. Do y'all have any book suggestions that have a strong female lead that we could do possibly for the readathon for spring? That way we're getting some of y'all's insight along with us and we can look into these books as well.
Or just any book that makes you really think spring.
Yeah.
Because Clint, I'm thinking we may end up adding more challenges if we're having a 10-day readathon.
Yeah, we can make a 7 challenge thing and it'd be complete set.
Something like that.
The oddball, but I hate fall. I'm a summer girl.
I like summer too.
I mean, we could do a summer ender reading as well if we have time.
Okay, calm down.
But
let's just spread these out a little bit.
I was kidding. It doesn't make sense into our title anyways.
No, I thought about it too though. I'm thinking I'm planning something else possibly for summer, but I haven't figured it all out yet. Give me a psychological thriller where I cannot see the monster imagination has it be. Good ideas for springathon. Interesting. Okay.
That would be an interesting take of taking fall and bringing it into spring, seeing as we brought a little spring into fall, where we did the ooey gooey romance.
But s'mores isn't really.
I know, but it was more of the romance is what I was taking.
Oh yeah.
Normally spring is romance.
Let me look at the challenges that we have written down that we're thinking about for spring.
I have all 6 in front of me.
Same. On my little envelope here.
I'm well organized. It's all in a binder and things.
Dude, mine's scribbled on the back of an envelope.
I'm very OCD though about things, so everything is.
What is the tethered mage?
Goodreads. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need a good book to read as the group book for spring into reading athon.
Okay, I've got it pulled up in front of me. The Tethered Mage. Zara has lived her life on the streets to avoid this fate. Hiding her mage. Oh, wait, I missed a line. Hold on. In the Ravenan Empire, magic is scarce, and these born with power are strictly controlled, taken as children, and conscripted into the Falcon Army. I don't know, but this book is definitely going on to my reading list, at least.
It sounds very witchy.
It does.
Which that's, I think, would be a good now read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, as far as as far as spring goes, it makes me think contemporaries and things like that.
See, and if we went magic, to me, it would be more magical realism. More like Summer of Salt kind of vibes, as like Chelsea was saying. Contemporary with like a hint of magic, if we went magic. If that makes sense.
What is y'all's like go-to spring kind of book?
Girl, now you're gonna make me think.
Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I could definitely see that as a spring kind of book.
I could too. It deals with weddings. Oh.
Looking at my shelves. I have a stupid amount of books, y'all.
Sundays at Tiffany's by James Patterson. Yes, it takes place in winter, but I read it during the spring, and it gives me all sorts of spring vibes. It basically answers the question on what if your imaginary friend is actually your soulmate.
Interesting.
The imaginary friend as a kid is your soulmate. It's really good.
I think like love and stuff like that with
Simon
spring.
versus the Homo sapiens agenda and stuff like that would be considered more springy.
Because, you know, babies are being born and, you know, rabbits are doing their rabbit thing.
Aristotle and Dante discovers the secrets of the universe.
Paranormal romance.
Oh, I'm all here for some paranormal romances. What?
Tabby was saying that she likes to read a lot of paranormal romance.
Well, we got that from your book.
True.
Which, where do I have her book? Where did I put it?
Where is it? I think I have it, like, I just put it in my pile back here of books I've read.
To be perfectly honest, I don't know where I sat it.
I've got it right here. Here's Tabby's book.
Oh, here it is. If y'all haven't read it, check it out when it comes out. Angels, fallen angels, demons, Satan, love, everything you need in a book.
Oh my gosh, so I got some like book mail that I opened yesterday and I haven't put it away yet. I don't know if any of y'all watch Chelsea Darling, but she does a lot of graphic novels and I saw these on her channel and I had to get them. They're like Space Battle Lunchtime. They're so stinking cute.
Okay, I love the fact on this one over here, it looks like it's got, what's his name from Adventure Time on the cover.
Yeah, it does. This guy.
Yes.
We have a lights, camera, snaction, and a recipe for disaster. It's like a cooking show in space, and the contestants are you have the one human girl, and the rest are aliens.
You'll have to tell me what you think of that, because that sounds really interesting. I'm going to have to see if the library has that.
Have you ever like played the little game where like on your phone or something where you're trying to like prepare the meals and serve all the people coming into the restaurant? Huh?
Diner Dash or something like
Yes,
that.
Diner Dash. That's exactly what I thought of when I saw these. Normal People by Sally Rooney. What kind of book is that?
Normal People.
Finn the Human. Is that a book? Nerdy?
It shows on Goodreads that it's European literature, Irish technically, cultural, contemporary, and fiction.
Charlie says Normal People is a modern romance. All right.
Hey, it's a romance based in Dublin. I'm down.
To All the Boys I Loved Before. Oh, that would be a really good spring one.
That really would. I just ordered book 2 and 3. Like, I
just got book 2 and 3.
Like, I was pre-ordering What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, and I was like, what else am I going to put with this so I can get the free shipping? I need these 2 books.
Oh, Finn the Human is the person from Adventure Time. Okay, I get you. I don't watch Adventure Time, so. But I just knew what the characters looked like.
Map of True Places.
The Way to Game, The Walk of Shame. I have seen The Way to Game. I think I even have that.
You might. You do have a library behind you.
I, in fact, do have it.
That's a cute cover.
2 trashed reputations, 1 love contract, 0 regrets. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I have 2 gigantic stacks of book outlet boxes that I have to unbox. There's like 12 boxes.
Girl, when are you going to have time to read all these books?
I don't know.
Like, I can't be saying anything. I did just bring home, 43 books the other day from that free, that thrift shop that was just giving away books.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were free. Any book lover is not going to turn down free books.
I still have to still go back there on my days off with a huge tote and just take everything else that they have. And if I don't want it, take it to half price books.
No kidding. I'm actually like, I have one of the other To All the Boys I've Loved Before books that I got from that library book sale, but I really enjoyed the first one and I had this nice pretty paperback of it, so I ordered the nice pretty paperbacks of the other 2. And I'm just going to take the library edition to McKay's and trade it in for something.
Good idea. I ordered the 2 paperbacks too because I've got the movie cover.
Yeah.
Because at first, it's not really a type of book that I would normally read or normally gravitate towards, and I was having issues with it at first. So I was like, hey, let's watch the movie and see if I like the movie, see if I want to continue the book. I finished that movie and I had finished that book that night.
And Tabby, I also need Book Outlet Anonymous.
I'm like, and I was only this far into it, so I read this within like 2 hours after finishing the movie.
Does your book have recipes in the back?
Yes. The cowgirl cookies, the snickerdoodles, the fruitcake cookies, the white chocolate cranberry cookies, which sound amazing. And it's got a sneak peek to the second book.
The other 2 books, I was hoping they would have recipes too, but they don't. They have like playlists, like music playlists.
That might be a good thing for me.
I want the cookies. Oh, The Kiss of Deception. I've heard nothing but good things about Kiss of Deception. I need to read that. Oh, I actually just got another book by Mary Pearson, Dance of Thieves.
Which is technically the same universe as Kiss of Deception.
It is. It's the Remnant
Chronicles.
Universe,
Mhm.
Remnant Chronicles.
You know what we could do?
What?
Like a book idea? Like a John Green kind of book? We could do someone like a famous contemporary author and use that as our, like, choosing our books. Like from Morgan Matson to John Green to, I don't know. Guys, help me out with contemporary authors. I don't read a lot of contemporary.
Night Fear. We actually have an Ollie's close to my house. Oh, and Charlie, if you think this is gorgeous, you should see it naked. Hold on. Okay, so for one, look at the inside. It is beautiful.
God, I love that map.
And then the outside is this red with, oh, look at that spine.
Okay, if you want to talk about gorgeous books, like, I'm always going to kick it back to the English and British of this one. You've got the British cover for The Wicked Deep, which is all shiny.
That is pretty.
But you have the American, which is even prettier naked.
Ooh, I like that. I think that's one of my books that's in one of these 12 boxes.
Yay!
Waiting to be unboxed.
Yay! It's such a good book. Everyone needs to read it. Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw.
Speaking
God,
of pretty
I sound
covers,
like Julie. God, I sound like Julie right now.
I ordered this copy of City of Ghosts
That
from
is
Book Depository because it's the UK version.
I love UK versions of books.
It's so pretty. And
I need AA for Book Depository, to be perfectly honest.
this is like $6 and something on Book Depository.
And
Just
it's free
saying.
shipping no matter what you order.
Yeah, free shipping. It took
may
a while to
take a
get
month.
here though.
Like, it may take a month. Or, like, I got the British cover for How to Hang a Witch.
Ah. You know, it's funny. I think most people prefer, like, if you're in the US, you prefer the UK version, and if you're in the UK, you prefer the US version.
See, the thing that I have found, the differences between the two, Americans like to put girls with pretty dresses on covers that have nothing to do with the story.
Oh yeah.
The British, though, will choose like a scene from the book and plop it on the cover.
So MS, you talking about like this? Hold on. Bow chicka wow wow.
Yes.
Okay, my saucy music is terrible. I think I killed Clint.
Let's not break it. Let's not break it.
Oh, I'm dying.
Okay, to go back to categories and stuff that people love. Hey, Tabby, do you have any paranormal romances to suggest to us? Because you said you love reading a lot of paranormals. Yay! Yay! Tabby, read it. I want to know your thoughts. Everyone needs to read it. Sorry. I get so excited when someone buys How to Hang a Witch. I'm also, because I read the book, she was the first author I ever like reviewed their book, but I sent it to her personally. Like, I hunted down where to send it to. And because of that, I become really close friends with her. So I'm like, everyone needs to read her books. They're freaking amazing.
That's really cool.
And I also found it funny that her son was born on my birthday, which I thought was really cool.
I think it's like so cool when somebody tells you that they got a book based on you recommending it. I'm just like, anytime somebody tells me that, I'm like, oh.
I know, right? Gabby, you made my day. Gonna make work bearable later.
You can make work bearable.
Thankfully, I only work for 4.5 hours today. And tomorrow's my Friday.
I'm done with my work for the day. Well, I'm done with schooling Xander for the day. I still have to edit. I'm always having to edit videos.
See, I'm going to be doing my very first editing this weekend of what little vlogging I did this week. So bear with me, guys. It's not going to be the greatest thing in the world, but I'm going to try.
I'm glad I could help, introduce you to some books as well, Tabby.
Hell, you have mentioned books when you do your book outlets before we started talking and being friends. You were doing your book outlet orders, and I would instantly go to book outlet and be like, okay, does it still have this? Cool, put it in my cart. That sounded really good. And then I'll go through my cart and decide what I want to read.
So let me ask you guys, do you prefer, when you're watching somebody's book haul, do you prefer where they tell you all about the book, or read the synopsis if they don't know enough to tell you about the book, or would you rather just see the book cover and hear the title and the author and that be it? Or do you like hearing more about the stuff?
I actually like both because, one, you were the first person that I've ever seen actually do the reading the synopsis part, and I really thought it was unique and fun, and I really love it. But when you have a book haul of 43 books to do in one haul, it's a little hard to do the synopsis of every last one of them.
You see why I split videos like that up, right?
Yeah. Which my haul of my 43 or whatever books is going up this weekend, hopefully. If internet allows.
My 12 boxes that I'm planning on doing for October is going to be in a 4-part series because there's 12 boxes.
I can't wait to see what you got because I might start because I have a book outlet order already ready for when I decide I want to purchase. I may change some out if you give me some good suggestions, like you normally do.
Yeah. If I were to stack all of these boxes up on top of each other, they would be taller than me. Because it's 12 boxes.
How many books per box, though? Do you think average?
Average about 10. Just because there's some that may only have 6 or 7, but there's others that I know that have probably closer to 30.
Alrighty. So what you're saying is you're going to need new shelves.
I'm going to need a new room. I'm serious. I'm running out of room. I'm gonna have to start doing Kayla over at Books and Lala, how she's got her closet filled with books. I'm gonna have to start putting books up in a closet so I have room.
See, with Books and Lala, I liked her idea of how she has that shelf of the books that she's most wanting to get to.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about that when I get my new shelves, if or when I get them. I was thinking about doing something like that. And that way I could get to those faster. And once I'm through with those, keep adding to it what I have. So I can start going through those before I start bringing in way too many more. Even though I have 3 books purchased heading this way.
So the last time I counted my books, I think I had close to 700 books, but it's changed so much between, since then. I've gotten books, I've gotten rid of books. Though I keep forgetting to film unhaul videos. I totally will film an unhaul video for the next time I get rid of books. But what was that?
Last I counted, Tabby, which was several months ago, I would say, ooh, go away, Facebook. Was close to 250 something, but I have gotten rid of books and have brought in twice as many as I got rid of. So there's no telling, but give me a few days and I can count that and I will post it on Instagram or something and we'll figure out what's going on there.
So you wish there was a list of books at the end? Is that what you're talking about, MS? Like, are you talking about in the description, or are you trying to figure out what you're referring to exactly?
Oh, I think she's meaning in the description. You know how like bigger booktubers are doing that nowadays? Of every book they talk about, they leave the links to them down below for you to like read the synopsis yourself if they have too many to do in a big video. Or you could just list all the book titles that you have that way they can go back and look them up themselves. Which
okay.
I was debating on doing that for the 43 books, but my problem with that is I've now put majority of them away and I've got to remember which ones they were.
Oh, and T, I'm cheap, and those Billy bookcases cost way more than I spent on my bookcases. Let's see, mine might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves. They're quite tall, and they cost me like $40 each from Walmart. So
Walmart and Target, like let's be honest, Walmart, Target, or vice versa. I can't remember. I have the same shelves you have.
I'm cheap for Target.
Walmart didn't have any black shelves at the time that I needed another black shelf, so I went to a Target, and it was the same price.
Oh, I just order mine from Walmart.com.
I'm thinking though, depending on, because I am thinking about moving and getting my own place again, so I can have a room just for these. About getting some of those Billy bookshelves from IKEA because everyone raves about them, getting like 2 or 3 and putting Walmart shelves in between.
I wouldn't bother spending the money on the Billy bookshelves just because I've seen them. To me, they're not really much different than the ones I got from Walmart.
I just want a couple that are like 7 shelves, if that makes sense. To save space. And then this bookshelf right here, when I get all my new shelves, it's going to get painted. Because I've decided I want to go white shelves instead of black. Because I like how they look on camera. Like
you can spray paint them.
I'm going to spray paint this one. And I'm also going to put Harry Potter quotes on it. Because this is going to become my Harry Potter shelf. Because of how much Harry Potter has like saved me through high school and stuff. So it's going to be me honoring Harry Potter. So Harry Potter gets its own personal shelf.
Very nice.
Like
MS, I will definitely keep that in mind. I hadn't thought of that before, but I'll try to remember to do that next time.
Because if you can
see Jenna, if you want white bookshelves from Walmart, just go to walmart.com. Sorry, Clint. Go ahead.
But like I was saying with Harry Potter, if you look at the second shelf up there, that's my Harry Potter collection. And some of my Harry Potter pops and stuff have now had to like go elsewhere. So I kind of need a personal shelf just for that. Because I want to buy all like the new paperback sets and stuff like that. Just so I can have all the pretty little covers.
Speaking of Harry Potter,
I'm so happy you liked it. And I can't wait to see your live show tomorrow.
Yes, for those of you that don't already know, my live show for the Potter Watch Read Along is 5 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow with You're a Book Nerd, Zoe. And that's also going to be a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm trying to read y'all's comments too.
I'm now trying to catch up. I just finished today reading the first book of Harry Potter. How'd you enjoy it, Tabby?
Jenna, you should definitely get them and join me for the Potter Watch Read Along, because every month we're reading one of the Harry Potter books and we're watching the movie that goes along with it and then having a live show. discussing them, because this is the first time I've ever read or watched any of them, and same for Xander, and it's been really fun.
When you get done with all the movies for Harry Potter, there's one on J.K. Rowling that Lifetime did. That's so fascinating to watch if you love Harry Potter and you like fall in love with the books and stuff. It shows how she wrote it and what was going on in her own life. You connect things from the books to her own life.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, we just started with Potter Watch. So this month we are reading the first book, and we're having the live show for it tomorrow on my channel. And then next month we'll be reading the second book and watching that movie. And the live show for that will be on Zoe's channel. And if you go and watch my Potter Watch announcement, it has like the list of all of the dates and times for and which channel the live show will be on. Thank you. It definitely takes some getting used to. I'm used to having short green hair now, and so having this long, I keep playing with it because it's so long now.
But yes, this is the Lifetime movie where you have, I do believe it's Poppy Montgomery playing J.K. Rowling, and she did an amazing job.
All right.
And you also get to know where her middle initial comes from in the movie because she doesn't have a middle name.
Really?
But her authors made her do initials, so it sounded like a guy wrote the books, so that little boys would be interested.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. I do also know that they told her that it wasn't going to do well, and pretty much to keep her day job.
Yeah, but
we see how that turned out.
Be so lucky of writing something as great as that.
Well, Denise, I can tell you that there are definitely things that are, I mean, the movie, like I've only watched the first movie so far, and it was great, but there was definitely things left out of it, which I'm not going to go into in this video because that's for tomorrow, but there are definitely things left out of the movie from the book.
I will tell you the first and second book and movie are the closest. The third one is when more of it is like you'll notice more differences.
One of the things that very first, like, because it happens towards the beginning of the book.
Yeah.
One of the first things I noticed was that everybody always says "you're a wizard, Harry," and that is not how it is in the book.
I know, right?
Yes, I was like, I read that part and I was like, wait a minute, don't they say you're a wizard, Harry? Because that's what I hear everybody say. And so Becca pulled up like the little clip from that part of the movie, and it said you're a wizard, Harry. And I was like, that's not what it says in the book.
Also, P.S. Taking the notification of this, the fifth book is the longest book in the entire series, but the shortest movie in the entire series.
Really?
Just so you know.
That's weird.
That's stuff that I noticed growing up. I pay attention to small details like that, and just, yeah.
Oh, that's not really difficult, MS. I mean, it's honestly, it's just not something I thought about doing. And you've pointed out that there are people that need that. So I'm definitely willing to do that.
I haven't read Darkest Minds yet or haven't seen the movie, but I have the book over there. But because I've heard so many disappointing reviews of the movie, I'm like, I don't know if I want to read the book now.
Okay, I read The Darkest Minds. I really enjoyed The Darkest Minds. And I read it with Xander. We both really, really liked it. Watched the movie, and they did a pretty good job of sticking with the book. They're obvious. Every movie is going to be a little different from the book. And yeah, they did change things probably for time constraints, but I honestly don't see why it got such bad reviews, because it's one of the few movies that does a pretty good job of sticking to the actual story.
Okay, speaking of movie adaptations, how about I poll you guys this? What book to movie adaptation do you think did the best job that you've ever seen? Excluding Harry Potter out of the equation. Because everyone loves the movies and everyone loves the books. It's like you can't judge based on base.
The best book to movie adaptation?
My personal opinion is it's considered a classic these days. But I'm gonna have to go Last Unicorn.
Oh, yeah. That was really good. I was like,
Because
I didn't even know it was a book. And I watched the movie when I was like little. And when I got the book and I was reading it, I could see the whole movie playing out in my head. And it was just like, oh, my childhood.
see, I could also be a little biased with the Last Unicorn. A friend of mine got to work the Last Unicorn event when it came to Oklahoma, and she asked me to go along with her, so I worked along with it. And I got to watch the movie for the first time like 5 years ago on the big screen. And I got to meet the author of the book. So she let me have her copy of the book, so I went home and read it. And I'm sitting here like going, scene for scene, I can see every spot.
Yeah.
And I freaking love it.
Okay. Night Fear said The Green Mile. And oh, yeah. That was so good.
Have not read, have not watched, but I own both now, and I'm planning on doing a Stephen King read a book a month, watch the movie adaptation of it. So you should be seeing that on my channel soon, my reactions to that.
When I read The Green Mile, it wasn't in like one book. When they first came out, it was like a series. They were like small books, and it was, I can't remember, like
right
6 of them.
These right here.
Yes.
They were my mother's, and I stole them from her.
And they were like thin, right? Yeah.
This is what I was originally going to do for one of my readathons, like a couple months back. Just like read 7 in 7 days, something.
Oh, yeah.
And it counted for like every challenge.
That works.
I almost did it, but then I got into other books like Fangirl.
Yeah, I haven't read The Green Mile in a long time. I want to say I was like middle school maybe, or high school when I read those. And they were so good. And then the movie, oh my gosh, the movie was so good. And oh gosh, what's his name? The guy that's on death row. The
Coffee.
Yes, I think that's his name.
John Coffey.
Yes, oh gosh, the guy that played him did such an amazing job. And I can't think of his name. The only thing I can think of is he's also called Bear in Armageddon. But
you're talking about
the big black guy that he plays Bear in Armageddon, and he plays
Clark
John
Duncan.
Coffey. Huh?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Okay.
He's the black guy?
Yeah, he is so good. Like, he plays John Coffey so well. He was like my heart.
Okay, Tabby, my only comment about that is the first Twilight movie sucked. And the best Twilight movie that they did was the final one. But only because I hated the book, because it ruined the series, in my opinion. But the movie fixed their issue. Because they finally got to see the episode.
It's going to be a movie?
Jenna
Carter says Throne of Glass is going to be a movie on Hulu. I haven't
read those books. It was going to be a TV show. I heard rumors about a TV show. But I haven't gotten to Throne of Glass yet because I'm waiting for that last one to come out. And in November, they're releasing all 8 in a collective set in hardback. And I'm just going to order those. And then I'll finally read them. Because I'm a huge A Court of Thorns and Roses fan, as you can see above me. Like,
I'm working on slowly collecting them. I have a Court of Wings and Ruin, and I have Tower of Dawn. Those are the only ones I have so far. I'm working on collecting them.
okay, I'm throwing a glass on A Court of Thorns and Roses. When you read it, if you don't want a book that's just based on the characters, you want more action, don't read the novella.
Okay.
The paper novella.
What? Okay.
Notebook.
So somebody in our neighborhood just gave Xander peppers.
Interesting.
Little pepper. He wants me to eat it.
Beggars, you need to check out A Court of Thorns and Roses. If you love her writing style, oh my god. And the first one's a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
You just said I don't like them either, and I'm eating one. Okay.
This is gonna be funny if your mouth starts burning.
All right. It actually tastes like a bell pepper. Not spicy at all. I'll eat it later.
How are you liking it, Tabby? Because personally, I love the first one, but when you get to the second book of that series, oh my god.
Like 20 billion freaking.
What kind of pepper is this? Lunchbox orange sweet peppers. Not hot.
And I will
Fairy
agree
books?
with the Notebook, even though I haven't read the book, but I've had friends who have read the book, and it's on my list to eventually get. But yeah. Aw, thank you, Charlie.
Here's a fairy series. I haven't read it yet, but I think I'll have the whole series now, where it's a girl that's in the real world finds out she's actually a fairy princess or something, or fairy queen, or she's got to save the fairy kingdom.
If you like fairies, I would definitely suggest checking out Holly Black. Like, I really liked Tithe, but the second book in that series, I have personal, like, vendetta versus that book because of something that happens in it. So I refuse to finish that series, but most people love it.
If you like fairies, how about I Hate Fairyland? I love that graphic novel.
That was a really good book, or a really good graphic novel.
It's so good.
I want to check those out.
I've read the first 3 of them, and I bought the 4th one, which apparently is the final one. Yeah, Xander's like sad face because he thinks it's great too.
Hey, Tabby, have you read the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy yet? Because you love paranormal romances. I think that would be one definitely up your alley because it's amazing. I still need to read the last book in the series, but I love them.
I'm trying to read the title of that book since I saw it on your shelf. The title of this one, The Fairy Path.
It is a really pretty book, and I like all the sparkles around her, the fairy light.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Do I have any fairy books?
I probably have lots of fairy books because I have lots of books.
I have more like vampires or witches or werewolves.
Oh my gosh. You could probably name just about any kind of thing, and I could probably find something related to it on my shelves because my shelves are ridiculous.
You have more.
Oh, by the way, look what I got in the mail the other day.
I got that too.
I saw it in your vlog and I was like, oh my God. And I just love the orangeness of it.
Yep, we pre-ordered that.
Yes, I had to because I loved Arushaw so much. I had to get this.
Same.
And because I liked the little interview that you put in your Decatur vlog with her in it. It was like, yep,
Oh yeah.
I have to read it now.
She signed my I have a tote that, hold on, let me get it. Because I didn't show this in my Decatur Book Festival vlog.
Oh, that would be interesting. Would love to read that, Tabby. I'm all looking for new, interesting kind of like books that deal with paranormal different things.
So I have this Fierce Reads tote that looks like this. And on the other side, it has my favorite author said to me, and it's got like little quote bubbles. And so I've had authors write different things in there. And what did she write? I think she wrote this one, and it says it's all about the magic.
That would make sense.
Becky Albertalli just wrote with love, Becky Albertalli.
I was so happy to see that Becky was a proud Hufflepuff like me. That like made my day in that vlog. Like, listen, to hear that she's a proud Hufflepuff and her response was so Hufflepuff.
Oh yeah, her explanation just kind of it was a very Hufflepuff kind of explanation.
Because I've been a proud Hufflepuff since like day one.
Honey, I'm doing a live show right now. Xander's asking me to buy him a scooter.
Yes,
and I'm like,
MS, you did
I'm
hear
doing a live
werewolf.
show.
Denise, no, I haven't read any Anne Rice, but I did just get Lasher by her, which is the second book in her Witch book series, which I'm very curious about. And because they had it for that free sale and hardback, I was like, mine, just go ahead. I'm buying the first one eventually anyways, so have the second one on hand.
I have read one of the Anne Rice books, but it was a long time ago. I think I still have one.
I've seen all the movies.
I think it's on my unhaul pile.
If you like werewolves, MS, where did I put that series? Oh, I don't have book one because I forgot I lent it to a friend. Check out the Mercy Thompson series by Patricia Briggs. The main character is I want to say she's a shapeshifter because she turns into a coyote. No, a skinwalker because she's Native American. She could turn into a coyote and she lives next to the alpha of the werewolf pack. And there's fairies in this series, there's witches, and there's a vampire named Stefan who drives the mystery machine and
The mystery machine.
and has a stuffed Scooby-Doo in the front seat. And he's a vampire. Like, he's amazing.
Wow.
But the first one to that series is called Moon Called. I have the whole series like right behind me, but I lent it out to a friend. Oh, I've heard Michael, Magic Bites is good. I've heard really good things about that series.
Magic Mike? What?
Magic Bites.
I was like, Magic Mike is good.
Oh, and yay, Tabby, more Hufflepuffs. All the Hufflepuff love. We don't have a lot of us. And when I find them, I keep the Hufflepuffs I find.
So I haven't done the Potter Watch test yet, but I've done Pottermore. I haven't done that test yet, but I've done like the BuzzFeed ones and things like that, very unofficial ones. And every single time I do any of those tests, I get Ravenclaw. So one of the subscription boxes that I get, they asked all of us what house we're in if we know. And so I told them Ravenclaw, and they sent me a Ravenclaw tie. It's in the plastic still.
That will match my. Let me grab it off the wall.
I also got a wand. It's actually a pencil, but it's a wand.
Will match my Hufflepuff tie.
I'm like, I
Which
can't
I
use this
hang on
pencil
my
because
wall.
it's just too cool.
That is too cool.
It's a wand, but it's also a pencil.
It's one of those wands that make me think like those old cartoons that we watched when we were kids of like the fairy godmothers and stuff. Kind of
Bibbidi
wand.
bobbidi boo.
Yep, pretty much.
I thought it looked kind of evil, but it's also totally Ravenclaw color.
Yes. See, every time I take any of the tests, I either get Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff. I get 95% Hufflepuff, and the other 5% of the times I will get Ravenclaw. Because if you click any answer that deals with a book in those unsolicited ones, you automatically get Ravenclaw.
If you do what?
If you click anything about words or reading, it automatically puts you in Ravenclaw.
So, okay, I know Tabby is going. Is anybody else planning on going to Y'all Fest in November?
I wish I could, but work and life and things. Maybe next year.
I'm like hoping to have like a get together with some people.
I am still thinking about next year for Decatur Fest of joining you guys there
That would be cool.
because it would be lots of fun, and we could do totally like video like how everyone's been doing when they go to like all these book cons and stuff, meeting up. We could do these tag videos together on each other's channels.
Absolutely. Now, see, Clint, what you need to do is you need to fly to Chattanooga. And so you're going to need to take off like, I don't know, like a week and a half.
I'll take off on Monday. Screw it.
And you're going to need to fly to Chattanooga. And you and I are going to need to drive down and do the whole Decatur Book Festival thing. And then we need to go from there to Orlando and do BookNet Fest. And then drive back to Chattanooga. And then you can leave from Chattanooga.
That actually sounds like fun.
Doesn't it?
We'll see if I can fit that into my budget.
Let's see. Nerdy Cat, you're planning on trying to get to Y'all Fest? That's awesome. Church is trying to eat my hair. Ah. Here's my Nerdy Cat. It's Church.
Night Fear's in Tennessee too.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. What part of Tennessee? Oh, good kitty.
Hi,
Good kitty.
Church.
He's the cutest kitty ever.
MS, yes, ma'am. That is exactly what it's called. Definitely check out that series.
Let's see.
But I'm also partial to the gay werewolf that's in that series that's dating a lawyer. That's just, yeah.
Oh, Tabby says she's going to Decatur Book Festival next year too.
Awesome. Well, maybe if we meet up with you next year, we could just get our copies of books signed.
Oh, and we can totally meet up at when we go down for BookNet Fest because I know where Tabby lives. She lives in the same city that I used to live in.
Interesting. Oh my God, going to London would be so much fun, Charlie. That's on my go-to list to visit one day.
I've been to London. It was really cool.
I've been to southern states for family. I've been to Texas, Mississippi, Missouri, Louisiana, Arkansas, Alabama, and Indiana, which is the south of the north.
I wish that I had started my channel a little bit earlier because I took not the summer we just had, but the summer before I took the most epic world tour trip ever. And I didn't have a channel at the time, so I didn't vlog it. And I wish I had, because like I said, most epic trip ever. We actually went, it was 23 days. And we went from Atlanta to Bangkok, Thailand. And we spent a couple of days in Bangkok. And then we flew to a place called Krabi, Thailand, and which is like this gorgeous island paradise. And spent a couple of days there. We were actually visiting with a past exchange student. Then we went back to Bangkok and visited with another exchange student. Saw Britney Spears in concert in Bangkok. And then, yeah, we went and saw Britney Spears in Bangkok.
Interesting.
And then flew from Bangkok, Thailand to London and spent a couple of days in London. And then went from London to Amsterdam, spent a few days there. Then went from Amsterdam to Paris and spent a few days there. And then from Paris to Hamburg, Germany. And we spent about a week there, where we visited several places in Germany with a different past exchange student. Got to go to her graduation and prom and all of that. And this amazing trip, and I didn't vlog any of it because I didn't have a channel yet.
Oh, that sucks.
I think I took a lot of pictures, and I put those in my end of the year video that I did on here, but that was really it. The scariest book I've read.
I put my comment in the description for you, Denise, because she was talking and I didn't want to interrupt her. But it's popping in my options.
The scariest book I've ever read would probably be... Okay, so it's not like a super scary book. It just gave me the feels, like the anxious, heart racing kind of feels. And that was a semi-definitive list of worst nightmares. And it's because it touched on one of my fears. I'm very claustrophobic. And while I was reading this, like, there was this one particular part when she was trying to conquer the fear, conquer claustrophobia pretty much. And I was getting super anxious and my heart was racing and I was kind of like, couldn't handle it, and I had to close the book and put it away for a little while.
Definitely would do the same to me too, because I'm claustrophobic as well.
But it's also one of my favorite books. Like, that book is so good.
May have to check that out.
I recommend that book to everybody. Like, it's in my top 5 of 2017. It's in my time of day book tag. It's probably quite a few book tag videos that I do, because it is like, it's so good.
I've got the first book up here for you, Denise. And the covers say Libba. I don't know why they're saying YA. I finally got all of this series in hardback, and I'm like so excited, even if I accidentally ordered a large print of the first one, but I don't care.
And just so you know,
like $30.
Just so you know, if you didn't already know, Libba Bray is actually a rock star. I have seen her perform on stage. She's actually a rock star.
Wait, what? You're
yes.
Just making me love this woman even more.
Oh my gosh, she is awesome. Okay, if you look at my, like, if you go back into my videos and you find my Y'all Fest videos, it was the last vlog that I did of Y'all Fest. At the very end of it, she's like singing and stuff on stage. She did all kinds of stuff. I forget what the name of their group was, but they actually have a band, and it's her and I think some other authors and stuff. And she is the singer, and she's awesome.
I wonder if Maggie Stiefvater would be in that, because Maggie plays some amazing bagpipes when she was here last year.
There were no bagpipe players.
But it would be really cool to see her and Libba like rocking it out because she plays the bagpipe like a heavy metal person would play some bagpipes. Like she was
That's
just like
funny.
over there like playing it going like this, and I was like, yes.
Oh, but I know Libba Bray, she like, oh, she did this whole like thing, came out wearing I think it was like a rainbow cape and was singing Born This Way by Lady Gaga and
Yes. Tabby. I know Thrift Books has all three of the books on there. And so does BarnesandNobles.com. But be warned, if you order the Diviners, the first book in hardback, anywhere you get it from, it's 33 to 40 bucks. There is no cheaper price. And I got it from Thrift Books for the cheapest price because I have coupons.
all right, hold on. Let me see what I can find. I gotta look.
But you can get them in paperback, like almost any half price books have them. And that's how I read the first two and immediately ordered the third one from Amazon.
The
You,
Divine. There we go. Okay.
and I know Book Depository has the really cool British covers that I want to order.
Okay, ordering the Diviners brand new in hardback from Amazon is $37.94.
Which I wish I would have done it through Amazon because through Thrift Books I didn't notice it said large print. But I had like coupons to use, so I got it for like 30 bucks instead of 37. I saved money.
So you can get a brand new paperback for $11.91.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get a used paperback for like $2.22 plus $3.99 shipping.
Mm-hmm. I
That's
know.
the acceptable one though.
Book Depository, I do believe. They have the Diviner series on Book Depository for $11.10 with one cover and $16 for another cover and $8 for a different cover.
I also buy a lot of used books and book outlet books.
Same.
My absolute favorite place to get books from is totally Book Outlet. I'm just waiting for the Diviner series to show up on Book Outlet.
Do they not have any of them on there yet?
Not usually.
I know they have her other series.
Yeah, I've read the other series.
I haven't yet, but I will state in the Diviner series, I want to say in the second book, Gemma Doyle makes an appearance for like a split second in the they're at the post office about to send off a package, they're getting information from them, and you hear this girl in the background, don't you know who I am? I am Gemma Doyle. And I'm like, wait, is that part of this series?
Funny.
So
I actually read the Gemma Doyle series this time last year because I think I was reading the first book, A Great and Terrible Beauty, on Halloween. I had earbuds in. I was walking the kids around for trick-or-treating, and I was listening to that. And I was like, okay, this is a really good, spooky, Halloween-y kind of book.
I was thinking about checking it out in October.
I also have Going Bovine. They have that on Book Outlet, but I haven't read that one yet.
I have mixed feelings about that one, only because I've heard people say it involves a cow and some lipstick, and I'm so confused.
I have no idea.
But it's Libba Bray, so I would give anything she writes a chance.
Hold on, let me grab it.
MS, that miracle occurred on Thrift Books. When you buy it in hardback, you only get large print. thriftbooks.com.
Okay, here is the going bovine.
Speaking of, the cow on the cover holding lipstick.
No, it's holding a dwarf.
I know.
Like
Okay. Well, something
And
about me involves like lipstick.
it says a 16-year-old Cameron wants. All 16-year-old Cameron wants is to get through high school and life in general with a minimum of effort. But that's before he's given some bad news. He's going to die. Hope arrives in the winged form of Dulce, a loopy punk angel, possible hallucination with a bad sugar habit. She tells Cam there is a cure if he's willing to go in search of it. With the help of Gonzo, a death-obsessed video gaming dwarf, and a yard gnome who just might be the Viking god Baldar, Cam sets off on the mother of all road trips through a twisted America into the heart of what matters most. And I was just like, this sounds hilarious. It says a hilarious and hallucinatory quest.
Okay, maybe I do need to get that. And I have Book Outlet popped up right now. We're going to be adding
And
that.
they have it on Book Outlet.
For
yeah, like some of the blurbs here, it says, offer this to fans of Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, seeking more inspired lunacy. Another one says, a very messed up book, but in a good way. Hilarious, random, surreal, and thought-provoking. I really enjoyed it. And then it says, from acclaimed author Libba Bray comes a dark comedic journey that poses the questions, why are we here? What is real? What makes microwave popcorn so good? Why must we die? And how do we really learn to live?
Okay, now you just made me want microwave popcorn.
I always want microwave popcorn.
Oh, and I'm all about some library book sales. Just saying. Like, I'm going to one next month in October at the Norman Public Library. And they have a day where you either bring a bag or they give you a bag. You fill it up and it's $5 for everything that you have in the thing. So listen, I'm all about some library book sales.
Oh, our library does the same kind of sale.
Good night, Charlie.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us. Okay, to get back on the track of our readathon real fast. So, what did everyone read for their challenges, and how much did you get done? Because I just realized we were on this for a readathon, and we've just been like going off on tangents about other books.
That's okay. That's how live shows go.
Yeah. Like, I know most of us read The Graveyard Book. Did anyone not like The Graveyard Book? Did anyone give it like a bad rating?
I gave it 3 stars.
I'm going to give it 4, but I also listened to the audiobook, and Neil Gaiman does all of his books. He narrates every last one of them, and I just love his voice, so I think that's why it got a 4 for me. I'm also a huge Jungle Book fan, so
I was seriously looking for the Jungle Book part of this, and other than the kid being raised by something other than his family, that was the only aspect that I really got as the Jungle Book. But
I also forgot to mention the other guys, the one that he was going to hit with the stone on the head, the other guys that work for Jack. Not the stone, the paperweight. Sorry, wrong word again. That
words.
Abnezer, Jack Abnezer, whatever the hell his name was. I got the vultures from them. The way that they were acting were very much the vultures from the movie.
The graphic novels of the Graveyard Book? Is that what you're talking about, Night Fear?
Definitely need to check these out because I'm a huge graphic novel nerd, and like I've got an entire drawer over there of comic books.
I'm really just dipping my toes into graphic novels. I'm finding that I'm kind of picky when it comes to graphic novels. Like, I don't know. I don't like really, I don't do the superhero ones or really fantastical ones, but I do like I Hate Fairyland. I like Giant Days.
When it comes to superhero comics, I only go with the ones that I grew up with like my grandparents and stuff, like introducing me to, which are normally like Batman and Green Lantern and X-Men. Other than that, I try to steer clear from superheroes.
Oh my gosh, Tabby, read I Hate Fairyland. Read it. You'll
Or
love it.
Saga. Or check out Saga, which is pretty much Romeo and Juliet in space. But I will say
I flipped open a Saga and was like, ooh, no.
I will say it's very graphic in places. Not a book you read around children.
No.
Especially with birth in that very first couple of pages, it literally shows her giving birth.
Yeah, I saw that because
and then the prince dude that has the television head, you literally watch him fuck his princess, and I'm like, whoa, this is a little much.
Yeah, I picked up Saga at McKay's and just flipped through it a little bit, and I'm like, I put it down. I was like, that's too dirty for me.
Okay, did you like Neil Gaiman's writing style?
Yeah, I didn't have any problems with his writing style. It was just, I don't know. To me, it was more, the story could have been a lot shorter for what it was.
You want a shorter Neil Gaiman book? You should definitely check out The Ocean at the End of the Lane. I love this book. It's only 180 something pages, and I bawled my eyes out.
Yeah, see, it's not necessarily like it not necessarily has to be a short book, but
I know, but this
packs a lot in, whether it be short or long.
This is one of my best books of the year so far. So, like, a friend suggested this, and I had to read it.
Yeah. I do have that book, though. I've heard really good things about it.
And I'm also a sucker for any book that has deckled edges on their pages.
You know, I think the deckled edges are really pretty, but I don't know. I'd rather have a smooth edge.
And then I have behind me his book Neverwhere to eventually get to, which I'm thinking for one of these upcoming spooky type readathons of checking out another Neil Gaiman. Because he'd be perfect for like Spookathon or Witchathon or any of these other athons that are coming out.
Oh my gosh. You know how many times I said fall into reading a thong?
I can't believe it, because I've been doing the same thing at work.
That's funny.
Okay, back onto our other challenges. The leaves are falling. What y'all
I'm doing
read for the leaves
Spookathon too. I'm also doing Spookathon.
So am I.
I'm also doing book roast.
Okay, I've been called worse. I've been called worse, Night Fair. Been called worse. Drop the drop the N in my name, or combine the L and the I to form a U, and that'll tell you what my friends come up with when they're drunk to call me. So, perfectly good. But yes, I agree. Okay, I got the illustrated version of Neverwhere, which has cool illustrations, and I thought that'd be cool. And I'm doing Spookathon, and there's a reading-a-thon done by, what's her name? Crescent Moon Reads, which is like the week after Spookathon, that's doing Witchathon, which is all about celebrating Samhain, aka Halloween, which is all about bringing your spirits together and like loving yourself and then reading by candlelight. Yes. Why is it that you're giving me a Pippi Longstocking version of Chucky right now? Vibes that I'm getting. But back to what we were saying. What y'all read for The Leaves Are Falling?
I read like 3 different things that counted in as that.
I have 2 that count.
I'm
My
not sharing
Fulfillment
all of
Step
my
on a
stuff
Craft
though.
by James Patterson, and then The Dinner List by Rebecca Thurley, which I also read both of these for Contemporary-thon. So I like the fact that our readathon overlapped another readathon. So bonus points.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell all the books I read because then what would be the point in watching my vlog?
Oh, well, true. I didn't even think of that. Never mind. Never mind. I didn't even think of that.
gotta save some of it. I'm doing the Malice series readathon. I haven't heard of that one. Book roast, yes, I'm doing book roast, extra credit. Power Watch.
What's book roast?
Book roast. That's her a channel. Her name's G, or her name's really long and it's hard to pronounce. Everybody calls her G, and her channel is Book Roast. 2 words though. And she has. If you saw any of my Newts or Owls readathon blogs that I did.
Oh, her. Okay, I know who we're talking
Yeah.
about now. Okay, I know what we're talking about.
She's hosting a week-long readathon that's like an extra credit thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing that, and that's the week right before Spookathon. So I'm doing that one, and then I'm doing Spookathon, and I'm not doing anything for the first week or last week of October because I've got to catch up on some things, and I have been reading these past couple of months like 20 books a month. So
I feel like
have some
I've been
catching up.
failing at these readathons lately. But Tubathon was my second readathon, and I failed miserably. It was my third. Failed miserably because I did the readathon that we both did the week prior to that with Books and Lala, the 7 and 7 readathon, and I read 6 books that week. So that the next week I was just so exhausted from reading so much that my brain I only read 3 books for Book Tubathon.
Oh yeah, just to kind of give an example, sometime around the beginning of October.
Yay, which one?
Sometime around the beginning of October, you'll see my July wrap up. That's how behind I am.
Oh, I haven't even noticed you haven't put up wrap ups. Oh God.
No.
Oh my God. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have my July wrap up is going to come in October, and I'm hoping that I can get August and September up in October as well.
See if you can condense them down to 2 videos and do July and half of August and then half of August and September all into 2 videos and you're good.
Except that all 3 of those months I read like over 20 books.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was going to initially do that. I was like, okay, well, I'll just combine July and August. But then I'm like, well, crap, just July I read like 22 books. And I don't want to add more to that because that's already going to be a long freaking video.
I have not heard of that yet, MS, but that would actually be a really good thing. Like, I know Tome Topple, which happens every now and then, is where I tend to read my bigger series, like the thicker books. Like, I read all 3 of the Diviners books in 2 weeks, and they're not short books. Because Tome Topple is reading any book that's 500 or more pages, and that helps you get books off your shelf.
A great knock out your TBR kind of readathon is Read-a-Thin. They do that like twice a year, I think. Read-a-Thin is a really good one. It's a month-long readathon. And yeah, Read-a-Thin.
As I go to look up what Read-a-Thin is.
Well, and it's supposed to be like you only read books you already own. So you don't order new books. Hi, Trudell. And I haven't heard of books in the freezer readathon either. Do you actually put books in the freezer? And
I
why
only
would you
heard
put books
about
in the
that
freezer?
one from Paul Reed. He mentioned that in one of his things.
Well,
It's for a podcast.
Okay.
The name
I
of the
plan on
podcast is
doing.
Book. Oh no! Don't play the video. No, you shut up. Don't play that video.
I wish someone on BookTube would create a Gothic-a-thon for October.
That is a really good idea. Gothic kind of books that are all dark and spooky. But then you've got Spookathon, which is pretty much kind of Gothic-a-thon.
Well, except Spookathon
is more thrillers.
It's more thrillers and not like vampires and werewolves.
You could do like classic Gothic literature.
Ooh, yeah, like Dracula and stuff.
Dracula, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Pictures of Dorian Gray, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Frankenstein.
I plan on hosting a readathon. I'm thinking sometime maybe in the summer, where it's going to be a specifically off of your shelves kind of thing.
Well, you've got me there, girl, because I need to read the books off my shelf, so you know I'm there.
I was actually thinking of like something along the lines of a, oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, scavenger hunt, like a summer scavenger readathon, something like that, where you have to
love that idea. That is perfection.
I'm going to do it where it's like, come up with like a list of however many things, and you have to find books on your shelves with those things and read those.
And books. It can only be books off your shelf, so that would actually be really cool. And also, to add to that, because I know y'all are looking for like TBR type readathons, our spring into reading-a-thon that we're working on, a lot of the book challenges are about books from your own shelf. Like some spring cleaning books that have been collecting dust. So keep a lookout for that.
I have a cat trying to bite my boob. He's being a butthead. Here, you just sit right there.
I'm right there with you. My friends call me the librarian, and they keep asking if they could borrow books off my shelf if I have any recommendations. Of like, go through, but you cannot leave the house with them.
What? Psycho Kitty. Why are you being bad? It's like trying to bite my face.
Like, I know I'm going to be doing a read-along starting in November because I thought this would be a really cool idea because I'm going to do a readathon, or not a readathon, a read-along for the Women's Murder Club mystery series by James Patterson.
I have the first book. And the 10th book.
I'm thinking for myself, I don't know if anyone wants to join in on me, but I'm thinking about reading 3 a month up to April when the 18th book comes out. It's more to push me to get caught up on the series. And it would be fun, and they're really fast paced. If anyone wants to join, at least reading the first one, First to Die. First to Die.
I'll probably join you for reading the first one. That's really interesting, Terrell. I never heard of that show before.
Oh my God, I love Dark Shadows. That is an amazing TV series. And no offense to Johnny Depp, it wasn't dark enough. Sorry. I grew up watching Dark Shadows with my grandmother, the reruns of it. and I love that show.
Oh
Very
yeah,
gothic, very dark.
our in our spring readathon, we're gonna do one of our challenges will be a spring cleaning kind of thing. And I'm looking up to see the channel for Readathon. Give me a second.
Yeah, because I typed it in and couldn't figure out and find it. But I, at the same time, might have like misspelled it. So
Just a moment. Where is it? Do, 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 do.
oh my god, I was trying to think of who she looked like. Yes, Willow. You are totally Willow from Buffy.
Who?
You with
Me?
your hair. Even though hers isn't as bright as orange, but it's like a modern day Willow.
I can see that a little bit. Though
That's why I was
my
saying
first
witchy
thought was
vibes
like
earlier.
my first thought went to like evil Willow with the with the black hair
With
and
black
the
hair.
bangs.
Where she got
I'm
saved
like,
by
what?
a yellow crown.
I look like freshman Willow.
Yes. Yes. Can you go as Willow
Beginning
for
of the
Halloween?
series Willow.
Please.
Do I?
You need to go as Willow for Halloween.
I don't know how many people would figure out who I was.
I was thinking of just like bleaching my hair, going platinum blonde, and going as Spike. But I'm too fat to be Spike. So. Plus, I don't look as good as James Marsters does in leather. So.
Okay, for the life of me, I can't seem to find Rita Thin stuff. Rita Thin. Why can't I find it?
Tabby was curious if your extensions were clip-in or tape.
They're taped.
You didn't go the sew-in extensions?
I've done that, no. Okay, I have done the sew-in extensions, and I have very thin white girl hair. And they had to add all kinds of this fake hair into the braid that they did around my head so they could sew it in. And it didn't hold very well because there was so little of my actual hair in that. And then the weight of the extensions pulled down. My poor scalp was bleeding. It was terrible.
I can imagine.
So these are glued in. Or not glued in, but taped in. Let's see if I can find it.
They stated, Megger stated you could find Rita Thin on Twitter.
You can see it's like taped in like that. It sandwiches my hair. So it's like a strip of extension, my hair, and then a strip of extension like stuck together. So it blends well. Yeah, if you look on
because I found it on
Goodreads, there's a group on Goodreads called Rita Thin. And also if you go on littlebookowl.com, she has a readathon calendar. And on that calendar, she shows like what all the different readathons are that she has anyway. And Rita Thin is on that list. And if you click on Rita Thin from there, it'll take you to
I didn't know she had a website.
Yeah.
I love Little Book Owl. Love her.
Yeah, but I think if you just search read-a-thin on Goodreads, you'll find it. And then you can see the challenges. Like the last one they did was in May, and it had like 15 challenges. And you did it over the month.
Be really cool. Our 1 year anniversary and next 5th round is happening. They just did it in August. Dang it.
Do it.
We missed out on Rita Sin.
Thank you, Terrell. I'm looking forward to Down a Dark Hall.
I've been thinking about checking out Duncan because I'm a huge, and I mean I am a huge I Know What You Did Last Summer fan. Like those are like some of my favorite Halloween type movies. And I really want to read the book. I really, really, really want to read the book.
Louise Duncan was like one of the authors that I read all the time when I was middle school, high school time.
And I found quite a bit of her books on like thrift books and places.
But it's so funny because it's for the right one, and it's the same type of earbud thing for that.
Sorry, Xander's talking to me.
Okay.
He's finding treasures outside.
No,
Heck, if my cousin and my aunt didn't leave, more than likely you would have heard my cousin knocking on this door like 20 times.
Now use this as a fan. Yeah, church is being a bully.
Is there anything you guys want to see us do more of on our channels? Or when we do another readathon, is there anything y'all want to see? Like any challenges that you think would be cool for the springtime readathon? Granted, we probably have already thought about it, but you never know because we came up with like 20 different ideas one night and narrowed it down. But we were just bored one night and we were just popping in ideas and our brains just kept moving.
It's funny once you get started on that, you just kind of can't stop.
Is there anything you guys want? A drunk live show? We were just talking about that before we started the live show.
That was Xander. Xander
Ow.
said drunk live show.
He would. I just saw drunk live show and I'm like, hi, welcome from Scotland. Welcome.
Hi, Caroline.
We're all. Hi. I'm part Scottish. I love Scotland. That's one of the places I have on my list that I want to visit.
I want to
And
go
I'm
there
going to walk
too.
away because that just sounded really awkward the way I said that. So I'm just going to walk away. But yeah, a bookshelf tour. I was thinking about doing one of those because I'm thinking about moving and was thinking about when I set up my new bookcases and like how I set up the new, like how my books will be set up. Was thinking about doing a tour as I'm setting it all up. If that's something y'all want to see, but I gotta get better at this whole editing video thing before I could do that.
Oh yeah, you're definitely going to need to have your editing down for a bookshelf tour because it takes a while. It takes a lot of editing.
Y'all may get an overview. I may not pull out every book out of every shelf, but you may just get like an overview.
I freaking pull out every single book on my shelf. It takes forever.
I can imagine. Miss has a personal library on her own.
But I do my bookshelf tours at the end of the year, so it'll be up sometime in January.
That's a really good idea.
And I just do it once a year because it's a huge undertaking. And it doesn't, I mean, like on a month-to-month basis, it doesn't really necessarily change a huge amount. But over a year's time, it would definitely change a lot. So,
yeah.
Also, when I started my channel, my books probably only covered like half of the shelves that I have. And now I can't fit all the books on my shelves.
So you just need to get a couple of new shelves to put up your new books before you do that.
So next summer, Becca is planning on moving out. And when she moves out, I'm taking over her room. So
Yes.
Marty will be moving into this as his office, and her bedroom, which is actually the biggest room in the entire house, will become my new library.
Perfect idea. And then you'll have that closet also to do for like a TBR closet.
Yep, it's because she's got, okay, so she has this like really cool like suite pretty much. So she's got this gigantic bedroom. And honestly, we took measurements of this room, and the apartments that she's looking at could fit in her bedroom. Her bedroom's like 600 square feet, just her room.
Oh God.
And then outside
That's
of
how
her
big my
room,
old
she has a
apartment
walk-in
was.
closet and a bathroom. And so
It would be perfect
that is
for
going
filming. Be a perfect room to film in.
yeah, I'm going to be living in that room pretty much.
So
I'm planning on putting like a little day bed in there and a TV, and I have my desk set up and my filming set up, and I'm gonna have every wall with bookshelves yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
that
And
would
if
be
I run out of
perfect.
room that way, I'm gonna turn the shelves this way and make it like a library.
Perfect. And then you could put like back-to-back bookshelves and like walk down
Yes!
both sides of the aisles.
Yes.
To answer your question, Tabby, my books are a little bit of a mess right now because I'm still trying to figure out with this setup because this is not the setup I had at my old place. But I have on this shelf over here, I have 3 shelves where James Patterson is sitting just because he's one of my like most books I own by author. And to some other mysteries like J.D. Robb and John Sanford. Then I have my John Grissom's down here, which were my grandfather's. So eventually they'll have a single shelf to themselves. And then I have they're kind of by genre, if we're going to go genre and favorites, because you can see which books are like all like here. And then like above me has like my Harry Potter shelf, and then my PC cast, my Sarah J. Maas, and my Kendar Blake all on this shelf because they're some of my favorites. And at the very top, you've got my mangas and my graphic novels and other random stuff. And then over there, ignore all the mess on the floor, but you have my TBR shelf. So it's just a randomness of random. And my Stephen King is over there too. Having fun playing with your hair. But
Okay, so I'm like OCD about my bookshelves. They are in alphabetical order by author's last name, and then each author's books are in alphabetical order by the title of their book. At one point in time I did have rainbow shelves, but that lasted just a couple of weeks, and I couldn't find anything. It was driving me crazy. So
I couldn't stand I tried the rainbow shelves, but you have to separate series, and I can't separate series. Series have to go in order of what they are. I'm very OCD with my shelves too. My movies back there are all in alphabetical order. My books almost were that, but then my favorites were too far down to the bottom, and I didn't like that. So I may go like my favorite authors on one shelf and then go alphabetical with the rest. I'm a little picky about my favorite authors being where I can find them.
You have a question for you, Clint.
Some of my favorite childhood TV shows. I grew up watching like the late 90s, early 2000s, like Disney Channel shows. My personal opinion, the best time in Disney's history. Back when we had Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, and all of them. I've grown up watching the old reruns of shows like Diagnosis Murder and all of them, CSI, NCIS. Anything with a mystery, I'm down. Like, I'm the biggest Scooby-Doo fan that you'll ever meet because, like, when I mentioned that series earlier with the vampire with the mystery machine, I was like, from that point on to the book series, you involve Scooby-Doo and I'm down. Power Rangers, any typical boy TV show. But you can also add like Sailor Moon. Like I'm a huge Sailor
Jim
Moon.
and the holograms.
Yes, I love me some Jim. Watch the reruns of that. I love that. I don't know. It's kind of like the shows that and my Disney movies and the fact that I watch Hocus Pocus once a month on repeat. It'll go on my TV one day a month, and that's all I watch all that day is that's playing in the background while I'm doing other stuff. Oh, and my mother will tell you that I wore out 3 VHSs of Mary Poppins.
I love Mary Poppins.
Because I'm super big into musicals as well. Oh, I love Full House and Boy Meets... Oh, yes, Boy Meets World, Sabrina, and Full House, yes. I was trying to name those a second ago.
Oh, yeah, Terrell, I totally watched all of those too.
Okay, I'm a huge Thundercats fan, but I had to watch the reruns because I'm from the 90s. And wasn't the biggest Voltron fan only because I was huge into Power Rangers and I called Voltron the ripoff of Power Rangers as a kid. I apologize, even though I know nowadays that Voltron came first, but still.
I actually do remember Voltron and Thundercats, but I didn't watch them.
And in our family, we grew up with He-Man and She-Ra. The reruns
yes.
of He-Man.
I watched He-Man and She-Ra.
Did you see that Netflix is redoing She-Ra?
No.
I am so scared because that animation is nowhere close, but it's not as bad as some of these other animations. Like they're redoing Thundercats with the Steven Universe animation, and it's just no.
Maybe I'm remembering. I might be remembering reruns too. Oh my gosh, Punky Brewster! I loved Punky Brewster.
Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna share my age real fast, but what the heck is Punky Brewster?
Oh, you would like Punky Brewster. She was a spunky little thing. You have to look it up.
Yeah.
Yes, I watched Saved by the Bell. Love me some Zach Morris and some AJ.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I've seen reruns of Punky.
Some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, some Blossom, Friends, Beverly Hills.
Blossom.
All of those.
Blossom,
yes. I loved her overalls. I loved her big floppy hats.
Oh, and the show that me and my mom watched religiously together. I watched X-Files for her, and we watched Charmed for me. And then we got more into
Charmed
Buffy
too. And Party of Five. And Melrose Place.
I'm not that young, Night Fear. I am 2 years away from 30, so I'm not quite that young, but
I'm way older.
Younger. So why do I feel like I'm the Chelsea and you're the Julie in that scenario?
I'm way older.
Even though I know
I just don't say how much older.
See, I've watched all these shows that y'all are mentioning, but I watched most of the reruns of them. And yes, I'm going to watch the new one, and I'm going to give it a chance.
I didn't even know there was a new one.
They're doing 3 Latinas, and one of them's going to be lesbian, and it's all like a weird thing. And as long as they do this whole...
Happy birthday, Tabby!
Oh, happy birthday! As long as they do this whole... they stand on their own as their own show, I think it'll do good. Or if they do throwbacks to the original show and bring back some of those actors, it'd be really cool to see like Phoebe or Paige just like make an appearance like a villain in their show.
No, not as the villain.
No, not the character, but they come in just playing one of the villains in their show. Just to like see their face for like a split second.
I would like to see them come back as like helping them out or something.
That would be cool. And I want to know, are they going to put this universe being like when they're all like really old? Is this like a different, like several years later generation of them? I think
That would be
that would
cool.
be cool.
I'll be 39 for the next 10 years.
I've
You know,
seen the
when I
trailer
when
for
I
it.
turned 29, I said I was going to put the cake in the freezer and it was just going to stay there, and I would just
Oh,
be 29.
that's my goal because my friends are sitting there saying when I turn 30, because apparently in the gay world, turning 30 is the new 50. So they said I'm getting an over the hill party involving diapers. And I
When my
said,
mom turned 30, I did an over the hill party for her. When I turned 30, I had a stripper.
yes, come on, strippers.
I was like, when I turned 30, I was like, okay, 30 is really not old.
Oh my God, yes, I miss the calm animation styles. These new ones, like, it's all the same face in every last cartoon. You can't separate the cartoons.
I watch so little TV nowadays that you could mention just about anything that came out in the last, I don't know, year and a half, and I probably haven't seen it.
I've seen the trailer for A Million Little Things. It looks interesting, and I'm be intrigued to watch an episode if it pops up on Hulu or Netflix. Dawson's Creek. Sorry, y'all just mentioned Dawson's Creek. I love you forever.
I watched all of those shows.
I have the complete set of Dawson's Creek, and that was the first show growing up. I saw a gay teenager on it and just felt like connected with a show. Outside of Charmed, this is the first show that I fully connected with. And they had the
Though
gay character before Buffy had the lesbian.
I was gonna say, though, Terrell definitely knows which of those is definitely my favorite because
Buffy. Let's
Buffy.
be honest. Buffy.
I think everybody knows Buffy is.
Even though you got me wanting to order those comics too. And I want to continue on with the Charmed comics because they apparently continue the show through comic books as well.
I didn't know that. I'm excited to read the Buffy ones though. I haven't gotten to read them yet because of all the other readathons and stuff. Wow, I'm like really white right now. I mean, how does that look? Does that look okay, or is it really dark?
It's a little dark, but it looks fine. We can still see
Okay.
you.
Maybe I can put something over this light so it's not quite so I look like a ghost.
At least you don't look yellow like I do.
Maybe I can
really
fix
need
that.
to get a new light.
Make my that really didn't help at all, did it? Put this one over it too.
Really.
Oh, maybe putting that over a light is a bad idea. Okay.
Oh yeah, that
Set
might
my
be.
house on fire.
Oh my God, I love Daria.
I like Daria too.
Daria
Daria is a spin-off of Beavis and Butthead.
See, I hated Beavis and Butthead, but I love Daria because I related to Daria so much. That was me in high school. I watched reruns of Daria back in high school because that was totally me, that gothic kid in the background that hated life. That was me.
I love Daria.
Harry Potter or Charmed, I didn't care.
My So-Called Life.
Oh my God, yes.
Love that show. I got Becca watching My So-Called Life. I was like, oh my gosh, Becky, you would love this show.
See, I love that Netflix and Hulu have all these older shows that we loved that we can rewatch. Oh my God, I just noticed that you wrote Sister Sister earlier. Oh my God. Degrassi, yes, please. Yes, please. High school me, yes, Degrassi.
Degrassi's too young for me, sorry. I was too old for Degrassi when Degrassi was a thing.
I love Degrassi. Oh. Oh, and I was also a huge Will and Grace fan. Like, let's be honest, it's me.
I like Will and Grace.
That's like kind of go to?
Oh my gosh. So the other day I was telling Marty about I wanted to go to IKEA and just, spend the day shopping. And he's like, he has no interest in doing that. He's like, you need a gay best friend. I was like, I have one. He's like, yeah, but you need one here. So I don't have to go shopping with you.
Yes. I would definitely go shopping. I love shopping. I go shopping even when I'm broke. I just go window shop.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do at IKEA. I'm like, I don't want to buy anything. I just want to look at all the rooms.
At least you have an IKEA. The closest IKEA to me is a state over.
Same. Well, actually, there is one in Tennessee, but it's like 5 hours away. I want to go to the one in Georgia because it's like 2 hours away.
Like, so if I order any bookcases from IKEA, I'm going to have them delivered. Or I could just drive to Texas because the nearest one's in Dallas or Houston.
That would be pretty far, I imagine.
Well, from
I don't know
where
where
I'm at, Dallas is 3 or 4 hours if you drive at my speed.
At your speed. That's like me. At my speed.
Okay, Freaks and Geeks was a good show. Like, for its time, today I would say that it's not as good. Like, it's not one of those shows that, like, could stand the test of time, in my opinion. But I enjoyed it. I just not a big Seth Rogen fan.
I'm jealous of even the great Halloween thirst you all can buy trying to find good ones. Here's torture. The Great Halloween what?
Are we talking about the Freeform where they're playing?
T-shirts.
I was like, are we talking about Freeform and how they're doing? Gilmore Girls. I totally forgot about Gilmore Girls.
I love Gilmore Girls.
Wasn't a big fan of when they did the Netflix comeback.
Oh yeah, that was a little weird.
I was like, you didn't give me the same vibes.
We're gonna go to IKEA with Tabby.
Sounds perfect to me.
Is this helping any? Ah! God, I'm bright. Hold on. Trying to dim it down without like making it dark. I have a light on in here, but this is my
yes.
filming
I
light
forgot
that's in
about
front of me.
Luke. I apologize. But I was more of, because Luke was a little bit too old for me at the time that I watched Gilmore Girls.
I love Luke.
I related so much to Rory. It was unreal to see a girl or just a character on television reading as much as I did.
Luke's cute.
Was good. And like her boyfriends, Milo, Vinton, and Jula, was like my soulmate back in high school. I watched a lot of Guiding Light. I watched that with my grandma.
watched General Hospital, One Life to Live, and All My Children. But again, I don't watch those anymore.
I'm a little mad that the two ones that I watched was Guiding Light and As the World Turns, and both are canceled.
I have seen the 100. I actually just saw the book not that long ago, and I was thinking they actually made like a novel adaptation of the show. I didn't know the book came first.
I'm not the biggest 100 fan. A friend was like, "You've got to watch this." I watched an episode. I'm like, I'm bored.
I like the 100.
Kind of like I've got a friend that's like, watch all the seasons of Game of Thrones with me. I'm in the middle of the 3rd season and I don't see a need to have to continue. I'm sorry.
I haven't watched any of them.
Until he comes out with that final book, there's no need for me to continue with the show.
There was one of them, The Bold and the Beautiful, I think. My grandmother would watch that show, and the only time I ever saw it was when I would go to her house and she'd put on The Bold and the Beautiful. That was the only one she watched.
See, my grandmother always watched As the World Turns and Guiding Light. So after she passed when I was 11, I continued watching the shows.
Wow. Yeah, I watched All My Children, One Life to Live in General Hospital for a long time because they all like went back to back on the same channel. And I got into like all of the different characters and stuff. And oh my gosh, it was so hard whenever you miss even a single day.
Hello,
But
too much happened.
they I don't know, they're very time consuming. Like they suck you in, and I would spend way too much time watching TV. So I don't watch a whole lot of TV now. I read a lot of books, which is good because I have way more books than I can read.
I'm trying to gravitate from watching too much TV to reading more. I've been slowly doing that, but as long as I have my Netflix and Hulu, the temptation's always there.
We have both Netflix and Hulu, unless Marty canceled that. I told him he could cancel it because nobody ever watches it anymore.
I don't know who on here stated that they like Stephen King, because
I think a few of them.
I'm curious what you guys thought of the Hulu show Castle Rock. I've seen the first 2 episodes. Was just curious what y'all thought of it, because I know it's based on like 30 of his books put into one show.
Oh yeah, that's my problem too, Meggers. Like I get sucked into YouTube and kill way too much time watching YouTube.
I think most of Contemporary Thon, I was watching the Contemporary Thon vlogs instead of reading.
I actually have a couple of different hobbies, like things I like to do. Like I cross stitch. I don't have any of my cross stitches out here right now, but I'm actually really, really good at it, and do big, intricate, detailed ones. And I learned to knit, which is fun, which sounds weird and sounds like old, but I like to knit. My kids like to knit. I before we moved to Tennessee, I was a karaoke DJ. I love karaoke.
I love doing karaoke. To add to the karaoke, I'm a drag queen. If that helps, I do drag.
That's awesome.
And my drag name is actually book related.
Oh my gosh, what is it?
I'm Miss Tari Novelle. If you say it fast enough, you get mystery novel.
That's hilarious.
And we've always called like anyone who follows me my bookworms. So that I guess is my hobby outside of reading is I lip sync to old school Broadway and Bette Midler. But I can also do I can do a mean rap like some Nicki Minaj, and some Reba because I'm a redhead when in drag these days, or I'm a platinum blonde. So
I want to see you all done up for reals.
See, now that we're friends on Facebook, you can see all my pictures on Facebook.
Oh, I'm gonna go and totally like Facebook stalk you now. I'm gonna go through all of your pictures.
Has a Facebook on her own if y'all want to go creep her out. I haven't done drag since last November, but just because of work and things. But oh no, some TRL, and I was so mad when they got rid of TRL.
Star Search.
I like Star Search too, because I saw some of that. But yay!
Oh,
drag shows are so much fun. Like they're fun to be at, and it's basically the reason why I do it is I do it as a release of my own emotions. And if the song like if I can connect, I only do songs like I connect to, and like go out of stage and get all my emotions out. And if I can either make you cry or make you laugh, I did my job.
So when one of my best friends got married, I was his best woe man.
Yes.
And so I planned his bachelor party and everything. And one of the things we did was we went to this drag show dinner place in Miami. I think Miami Beach. I think it was. And that was part of his bachelor party was a drag show. And he loved it. He was like, "Oh my gosh, this is like." He said he grew up in Florida, and he said that like the only like bar kind of places they could go into were the drag places, and so when he was 18 years old, that's where he was hanging out all the time was the drag show places, and he's like, "I love those places. They're great."
We have something similar here in Oklahoma. We have a club called Boom that every Sunday has a Sunday brunch drag show where you get to eat food and watch a drag show. And it's literally like going to church with drag queens.
That's hilarious.
Like
I'm trying to picture church and drag queens together.
School, those old school like Medea movies and stuff with like black women in church and stuff like that. That's literally what you're having is like an old school Medea movie moments.
Good night, Big Bad Wolf.
Good night.
Clint, don't you need to be getting ready for work?
From Germany.
Oh wait, I forget, you're an hour, so you're 6:30, so you still have time.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, you have to be at work in like half an hour, but no.
No, I got a half an hour before I have to actually start getting ready for work. We're good.
Ah. Oh gosh, my back is sore. I've been sitting in this chair all day. Actually, I did the gym earlier today. Got my booty kicked.
Me and my friends, because I'm about to go to third shift at work. Eventually, we don't know the exact date yet. So I won't. When I go to third shift, I won't have to be at work till midnight. So that's even better. But after that, I was talking with some of my friends who work third shift. We were talking about joining a gym all together.
We're enjoying talking to you too, Tabby.
Yes.
I'm definitely for a drunk show next time, though.
Yeah. I'll make sure I have the day off and I can get wasted with you. Originally, I had the day off, but then my boss forgot he's on vacation this week, and that would leave 2 people today. So he was
I think all of them have come in for the 12 that I plan on asking for October. I have one that I'm doing for September, but they're not going to post until the beginning of October. So I have 4 boxes for September. I'm doing that in a 2-part thing. And then I have 12 boxes that I'm doing for October. And that'll probably start mid to end of October when they start coming in. So October and November are going to have a ridiculous amount of book hauls.
Night Fair or Fear, I work at a casino in Soft Count, but when I go to third shift, I'll be transferring into third shift vault to get cross training so that when a lead position opens up for either Soft Count or vault, I can go for it and get it. It pays the bills and it buys me these.
Nightmare on Elm Street is by far my favorite. Love those.
Yeah. Freddy, I'm sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th have the 2 best iconic death scenes ever. Johnny Depp getting sucked into that bed, and then exploding in blood, and then Kevin Bacon getting killed with the arrow through the neck, and then his girlfriend walking up and trying to have sex with him, and then freaking out. To me, were like the two best death scenes I've ever seen in a horror movie.
Dude, I have watched interviews with Robert Englund, and as a normal person, not trying to be scary or anything, he's terrifying. He is like one person that I would not, I mean, even he can be a perfectly sane, perfectly nice person, but he is one person that I don't think I would ever want to meet in person, because that would actually cause nightmares. I could totally meet him dressed up as Freddy, but meeting him as a real person terrifies me.
When he's made guest appearances in some of these other like cop shows and stuff that I watch with my mom and my aunt, when he has appeared in one of them, I'm like, oh my God, no. Just no, go away. Go away. You're creeping me out. Go away. Go away, Freddy. Go away, Freddy.
Like he's perfect for that part. Like I don't think anybody else could ever play Freddy. Okay. I mean, they may try. I'm sure they will try if they haven't already, but I don't think anybody else would be able to do it nearly the justice.
Okay, girl, I'm right there with you. Scream is my go-to movies. Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer are what I watch every Halloween, which is funny because I don't watch Hocus Pocus on Halloween because the fact that I watch it all year round, every month. So I usually watch it the day before Halloween to get me in the mood for Halloween. And then on Halloween, I do a marathon of the 4 Scream movies. And then I Know What You Did Last Summer until I have to go to bed. And yeah, so I'm right there with you, girl. Any slasher flick, I'm there.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't really care for like the my kind. I just never really got into them. I think it was kind of more seen as a Friday the 13th. Like there's also the Jason ones. I don't really care for those either. It was kind of like you like the Friday the 13th or you like Nightmare on Elm Street. I found a lot of people are that way. They like one or the other, but not usually both.
I'm more Freddy over Jason any day. Just because Freddy scared me more. I love Jason to pieces, but his background story was too like basic. And Freddy was more of you can't sleep.
Also, every single Jason movie, you know there's going to be some girl running upstairs and losing her shirt and not wearing a bra.
Yes.
Like I'm like, really? There's a topless girl running either, if she's outside, she'll run inside or run into some closed in place where she's trapped. Or if she's in the house,
just running through the
instead of running outside, she runs upstairs. Like, really?
But like, see, I've always wanted to write a horror book just one time because we have a street in Norman that we drove a friend home in high school that was so dark and creepy, and we passed by this guy that was hitchhiking that scared us the hell out, and we spun our car, and then we sped off. So it's always been my dream is to write a horror book with every horror movie cliche in it. The dumb blonde running up the stairs, the black guy dying first, the guy that's high on pot getting his head chopped off, and the couple that had sex getting killed.
You're describing Scary Movie.
Pretty much. I want every last horror movie cliche in one book where the gay guy survives the end. Because that was a quote in Scream 4 was, but the gay guy never dies. If it helps, I'm gay.
You're not going to be a red shirt.
No. The dumb blondes will be the red shirts. Because they're the ones that are always running up the stairs. Like Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I Know What You... All right, not in Scream 2 as she ran up the stairs in the sorority house. Or in I Know What You Did Last Summer as she was outside running to her sister store to run inside with the killer. I'm
Yeah.
like, if you're not Buffy, you suck in horror movies. Where's all this Buffy action, girl?
Oh, speaking of her in other movies, and I know you're a Scooby fan. What did you think of her in the Scooby-Doo movies?
I actually liked her as Daphne. She gave like a different take on Daphne. This whole no longer damsel in distress kind of thing. This damsel that kicks ass, and I like that.
Do you know that she's like I forget what degree black belt in Taekwondo?
I want to say it's 12th degree. It's either 12th or 13th.
Probably not 13, because there's not many of those in the world.
I know.
I've actually met 2 of them.
It was somewhere like in those like 11 to 13 like range.
Yeah, she may have been 11 or 12, but 13 is very, very, well, it's more of an honorary thing that very few people actually get. I met 2 of those people. One of them I got trained by. He has a Taekwondo studio here. And the other one came from, crap, I forget which country. I want to say it was Korea that Taekwondo comes from. I can't remember. And but he actually lives there, and he is like this grand whatever person, and he came here, and we got to train with him. He's a tiny little, super old dude, but strong.
Okay, seeing as one of y'all mentioned Halloween, what are y'all thoughts on the new movie coming out?
Not gonna watch it.
I'm actually intrigued because it's Jamie Lee Curtis with long hair, and you can tell it's a wig. Because I'm so used to her short, chopped hair, and now she's got long gray hair to like here. And I'm like, girl.
I didn't even see the trailer. I didn't even bother to watch the trailer. I saw like a picture for the trailer, and I was just like, no. Not interested. By imperfectly and happily adulting.
He's back. Thank you for joining us.
Enjoy the rest of your book.
Yeah. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on them.
What I would put in a horror film or book is a character who had all their legal stuff in order before the trip.
That would make sense. Like, we're going on a road trip. Okay, I have my will already set in place. I have all this just in case we die, because we're going on a road trip through Kansas.
Just in case you decide to stop at this abandoned warehouse.
And I would love for that to be the dumb blonde in the back seat. Or everyone thinks she's dumb and she's like, yeah, we're going to die. And I have already had all my stuff in order. Are you guys in order?
Oh, gosh. I've heard about this true crime story that happened in a small town in upstate New York a few years ago. Was it about the cheerleaders? Like, are you talking about where the like there's all these deaths in that town?
Jeepers Creepers, yes.
I didn't find Jeepers Creepers all that scary.
Okay,
I went into it prepared to be scared. Like, I remember all this talk, like hype about it was like the scariest movie ever, and I went and I watched it, and I was like, it wasn't that scary.
See, the movie was scary up until you saw the creature's face.
I was just waiting for it to scare me, and it never.
Like, it drove me nuts as a kid because first time I watched it, I was 12. It gave me nightmares.
Okay, well, I was older. Make a difference.
I was like this whole, and I had that song in my head of the whole Jeepers Creepers, creepers, where'd you get them peepers? Like, I would hear people humming it and I would start screaming. Oh, I love The Hills Have Eyes.
I was more of as far as like smaller kid, scared of any kind of scary movie, it would be Child's Play. Because
Toys Coming to Life, no. Even though I was a huge Toy Story fan, I was until I watched Child's Play as a kid. And then I made my mom get rid of and hide my Toy Story toys because I was afraid they were going to come to life and kill me.
Well, also at that time, and this is what the Child's Play movie was based on, and there were these dolls called My Buddy and Kid Sister. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me. Kid sister, kid sister. That was their commercial. And yeah, the Chucky doll was my buddy. And I had My Buddy and Kid Sister. And then watch Chucky or watch Child's Play and see the dolls that I own turn into Chucky. So that was what was scary for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Think about it, if you had a doll that looked just like Chucky before that movie came out.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
And then you're like a little kid and trying to go to sleep with essentially Chucky in the room.
Yeah, no. No, thank you for that. No. Not gonna happen. Hell, like, freaking anytime and, like, unless it's like
That's
Toy
a terrible
Story or
Sorry.
like, unless it's like Toy Story or like Small Soldiers, anytime like toys came to life in movies, it creeped me the out as a kid. And I'm like, nope, nope, Mom, you gotta take all my action figures. You gotta go hide them. Go burn them. Take them away. Chucky just killed someone. I can't have a Cabbage Patch doll in this room. Take it away.
Hold on. I wonder if I can do this. I'm gonna look for something. My Buddy commercial. Okay, I'm gonna try to play this. I don't know if y'all will be able to hear it or not. Okay, let me turn the volume up. Can y'all hear it?
No.
Oh.
But now
Okay.
you got me wanting to look it up.
Okay. I was trying to play it, but I didn't know if it would work or not. But yeah, it's like my buddy,
Oh, these
wherever he
commercials.
goes, we're gonna go. Kid sister. Okay.
No. No. We're just no. Because
Oh, are you
now
watching
that you
it?
mentioned that was Chucky, just no. That makes that commercial even creepier now. No.
Yes,
Yes,
I
you can
love
never
Ferris
go
Bueller.
wrong. You can never go wrong with the Molly Ringwald trifecta or Weird Science.
Oh my gosh, science,
Does
yes.
anyone remember Teen Witch? Oh,
Not sure.
love that movie. Teen Witch was, you had the girl who went to the fortune teller, which was that little woman that's from the Poltergeist movies, the exorcisms. That little woman who like trained her in witchcraft, and you had the best friend, and she made the best friend lip sync with the guy
Oh
she
yeah,
liked.
I just pulled it up on YouTube so I could see what it was. Yeah, I've seen that.
I love Teen Witch, and I've been bitching it at work, and people are like, "What's Teen Witch?" And I'm like, "You're older than me. This is your generation. How do you not know what Teen Witch is?"
I didn't know that was Blake Lively's sister.
What?
Apparently, Teen Witch is one with Robin Lively, the real life sister of Blake Lively. I didn't know that.
As I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, Weird Science was like one of my favorite movies forever ago. I watched that thing over and over and over and over again. And I could watch it over and over again still. And Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes. Back when the movies were meant to be stupid and you actually enjoyed them, not like the ones that are today that are trying to be relevant but come across stupid. I can see it. I can see it. I forgot she was in Karate Kid Part 3. Oh, and I could see that she's in Ouija. I could see that.
Princess Bride. A lot of people talk about Princess Bride and they really like it, but I don't know. I didn't really get it.
I feel like I need to read the book to understand it.
I like Say Anything.
Aww. On the back of the lawnmower. Aww, I love John Cusack.
Can't Buy Me Love.
Ooh, good movie. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Yes.
Clueless.
You mentioned Clueless, one of my all-time favorite 90s films.
Also one of my all-time favorite 90s films.
Like, Clueless is like Clueless. And it spawned a TV show that didn't really do itself, in my opinion. But
Dude, Alicia Silverstone, she doesn't age.
she really doesn't. But I will say, her work, like, she went from Clueless to doing the Batman movie. But she was in Batman and Robin. And I was so mad. Because she went from, like, an amazing film to not so good.
I don't think I watched it.
And then she was in the Aragon movie that is, like, the worst book-to-movie adaptation ever.
Haven't read it or watched it.
Oh my God, Craft, yes! Witches at a Catholic school, yes!
I did like The Craft. That was a good one.
Ugh. Practical Magic. Like, give me some Practical Magic as well.
Bat Nipples?
It's from the movie because Robin, like, on the costume itself, they added nipples to the costume. And there's a joke called Bat Nipples.
I just said that out loud, and Xander's like, same.
Yes. And if anyone wants to join me, my book club that I host on Facebook, Charmed and Dangerous, where we read a witch book every month. We're reading Practical Magic next month for October.
Mean Girls and Practical Magic.
Yes! Sorry. Like, you don't understand. Mean Girls was like me and my friends.
That's
I was
like
totally too gay
on
to
Broadway
funk.
too.
Yes. And I actually like some of the songs. They did really good. But yes, if anyone wants to join along and read Practical Magic with us in October, that'd be cool. And
There's a Discovery of Witches.
We read Discovery of Witches for the trilogy for the last 3 months, which I'm kind of behind on book 2 and book 3 because so many readathons. But Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. Pretty much adult Twilight is all I'm
Oh gosh.
Twilight. Instead of a human girl, she's a witch.
So we have about 10 minutes left. If y'all want to ask any questions or whatever, now's the time to do that.
Oh God, we do. Dang it! I don't want to go to work.
Yeah, Clint's got to go to work, and well, I have to eat dinner. I'm starving. Okay, I like American Pie, 10 Things I Hate About You, all of the Cruel Intention movies. She's All That, Never Been Kissed. All of them, love them.
I love Jawbreaker. People
Oh, yeah,
don't
I just remember that.
mention Jawbreaker that often.
I didn't name that one because I was like, I don't think I know what that is, but I remember they had the giant Jawbreaker and they shoved it in the girl's mouth.
Rose McGowan from Charmed plays in it. She's the one that accidentally kills her best friend with the Jawbreaker. And my group is called Charmed and Dangerous because it's based off of Charmed. It's on Facebook.
Marty's favorite Canadian actor? I have no idea. Xander, go ask Dad who his favorite Canadian actor is. Xander said no. I don't know. I don't even know who my favorite Canadian actor is. I'm bad about like knowing where people are from. I barely know where I'm from.
Hello?
You live in Oklahoma, Clint. Is that where you're from, though?
Born and raised, except for 1 year I lived in Arkansas.
Oh.
But
My
yes,
sister lives in Arkansas.
But yes, born and raised in Oklahoma. Raised by some rednecks and some hillbillies.
I don't know if that's where William Shatner's from, but if he is Canadian, then that would definitely be Marty's favorite. Because
let me
he's
look that up for you guys right now because I have IMDb pulled up. And I will tell you where he's from.
I just came across a new. Oh, we got an echo. That's weird. I just found a new. Okay, why do we have this echo? I don't like it. Okay. New graphic novel series that's Back to the Future. It's not really new, but I just discovered it. They have some of them on Book Outlet. That's exciting.
What are some of our favorite books? How to Hang a Witch by Adriana Mather. Wicked Deep. If you can't tell, I like my witch books. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell was a really good book I've read this year. If you haven't read it, The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. Do I really want to take a trip to Tulsa to see the house?
A semi-definitive list of worst nightmares. Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda.
The Rainbow Boys trilogy by Alex Sanchez. The first one. One of the first books I read with LGBT representation. Favorite YA contemporaries of 2018 so far? That's easy. That's easy. I've got 3 to recommend. And I went and grabbed them. Read 2 of them last week. First off, we've got The Serpent King by Jeff Zetner. This book made me bawl my eyes out. I literally sat it down and I felt like my life was destroyed. So read it. You will love it. It's like that Good Destroy, but it's just like, oh my God. It's based on 3 friends, Dill, Lydia, and Travis. And it's from each of their points of view. And they're from a small town in Tennessee, which is named after the guy who started the Ku Klux Klan. And Dill's father was a Pentecostal priest who went to jail for having pornography on his phone of underage minors. Not phone, computer. And just the things that go in this. And Travis gets beat by his father and dresses up like a wizard every day because he loves books and wants to live in them. So read it. This adventure in the Mills. Best friendship I've ever read. And Fangirl by Rainbow Ralph. Because I'm sorry, I literally only read it because of Simon and Baz, because I'm a huge Carry On by Rainbow Ralph fan, which is pretty much Harry Potter fan fiction if Draco and Harry were lovers and Draco happened to be a vampire, but whatever. Those are my 3 bets.
Let's see. So I would say
I completely agree, Terrell. It does give Perks of Being a Wallflower vibes.
I would say Eliza and Her Monsters.
I still need to get that.
Oh, it's so good. And the Janie Johnson series.
Which I really want to read the first one of that to see if I want to collect them, because you keep talking about them and I'm like...
Well, I read the second one in Contemporary Athon, and I'm going to read. It was my 5-star prediction, and I gave it 5 stars, so it was really good.
Definitely need to check that out. Do I have any other contemporary books? Oh, I don't know if it technically counts as contemporary because it's lawyer fiction, but my grandfather got me to read this book like, so many years ago. I was like 13, I think, when I read it, which is why I asked to own all of John Grissom's books. But another good recommendation is The Street Lawyer by John Grissom if you want a really good emotional like attachment book. Because it's about homeless people and then it just changes your mindset of things.
Tabby, be prepared to cry. Because Eliza and Her Monsters will it'll give you the feels.
I'll also suggest The Dinner List by Rebecca Serlet. It's not the best thing I've ever read, but it makes you question, like, what 5 people would you have dinner with, alive or dead, and what those people would how they would impact your life. Because she shows up at dinner with Audrey Hepburn, her father who passed away, her favorite professor, her ex-boyfriend, and her best friend. And it just makes you think of life. It's a really good book. I gave it 4 stars just because it's a little bit outside my comfort zone, but I really enjoyed it.
I'm currently looking through my Goodreads and seeing what things I've given 5 stars, like what contemporaries I've given 5 stars. Ooh, Broken Beautiful Hearts by Cami Garcia was another one.
To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
I gave that 4 stars. I really liked it, but it was a 4-star for me.
I will state I have everyone's favorite on my TBR shelf to read, because it seems like everyone on BookTube except for us 2 have read it.
Which book is that?
The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
So I got that book before anybody talked about it, and it came in a Pop Sugar subscription box, which that's not a Bookish box, and rarely did I ever get books in that box, but it came in one of those, and I was like, oh, okay, and I didn't think anything about it. And then like a few months later, the entire world was talking about it, but I haven't read it yet.
I haven't either, but everyone's been talking about it, so I had to like get it from book of the month because they still had it for $10 on there because I still do my book of the month subscription, the one subscription I'm doing every month, because it's giving me books that are outside my comfort zone.
So another 5-star book, a contemporary book that, well, it's not really YA, it's more adult. It's called Partners in Crime by M. Andrews. It's a more towards erotic romance. It's a little short book, but it was really good.
You look that up, Terrell. So, if it's the one I'm thinking of, It's one that I've been interested in. And it's not what I was thinking it was, because that's not the cover I was thinking.
I have the hate list, but I haven't read it yet.
Same here. Ooh, that sounds good, Terrell. I will definitely have to check that out.
What book?
Telling Christina Goodbye by Lorlyn McDonald. That sounds
Lurleen.
really good. Lurleen, or however you say it.
I think it's Lurleen McDaniel, but I don't know. It looks like Lurleen. I'm imagining somebody from the South. Lurleen is definitely a Southern name.
Well, the book takes place in Indiana. And I'm all for books that take place where my family's from. But okay, guys, it's 8 o'clock. I'm not 8, 7 o'clock here, 8 o'clock your time. I've got to go change my shirt, eat something, and head to work. Thankfully, work's only 15 minutes down the road.
It has been so much fun, guys.
It really has. We'll have to do this again, and I'm all for a drunk live show eventually.
And y'all make sure to come back tomorrow night for the A Potter Watch read-along live show. Until next time, guys, remember to always be completely you.
And remember, reading is fundamental.
Bye,
guys. Bye, Melanie.
Bye, guys.